wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, she's running out the door. She's running out. She run, 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 Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Hush now, don't you cry. Wipe away the teardrop from your eye. You're lying safe in bed. It was all a bad dream spinning in your head. Your mind tricked you to feel the pain of someone close to you leaving the game of life. So here it is, another chance. Wide awake, you face the day. Your dream is over, or has it just begun? There's a place I like to hide, a doorway that I run
Visualize your dream, record it in the present tense, put it into a permanent form. If you persist in your efforts, you can achieve dream control. Dream control.
How are we feeling today, Dream control. Dream control. Dream control. If you open your mind for me, you won't rely on open eyes to see. The walls you build within come tumbling down, and a new world will begin. Living twice at once, you learn you're safe from pain. Something takes a part of me, something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe something's freaking taken from me, from me. Life's got always been messing with me. You wanna see the light? Can't they chill and let me be free? So do I. Can I take away all this pain? You wanna see the light? I try every night, all in vain, in vain. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see me fall from grace. Something takes a part of me. You and I were meant to be. A cheap bag for me to lay. Something takes a part of me. Feeling like a freak on a leash. You wanna see the light? Feeling like I have no release. So do I. How many times have I felt disease? You wanna see the light? Nothing in my life is free, it's free. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see me fall from grace. Something takes a part of me. You and I were meant to be. A cheap bag for me to lay. Something takes a part of me. Boom da da dum da ima da boom da da dum dum ima da boom da da dum dum da ima da boom da da dum dum da ima boom da da dum dum da ima da boom da da dum dum da ima da boom da da dum dum da ima da boom da da dum dum da. So fight something on the mega ooh, fight some things they fight. So something on the mega ooh, fight some things they fight. Fight something on the here ooh, no, some things they fight. Fight something on the mega ooh, fight some things they fight. Something takes a part of me. You and I were meant to be. A cheap bag for me to lay. Something takes a part of me, part of me. Part of me, part of me. Part of me. spin it, yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is? Way out in the water, see it swimming. With your feet on the air and your head on the ground, try this trick and spin it, yeah. Feelings you see are so hard to believe, all the chaos I have in my heart. Devils I make and the love can't relate, all the solace inside tears me up. Take me away, set me on fire, there's no other way. Give me a reason, 'cause I got nothing to gain. So what are we doing now? Feeling complacent, I cannot be contained. I'm so lost and lonely now. Weaving deceits is so easy for me, 'cause the loathing I've had from the start. Evil disease, all the hatred it breeds, as I'm down on my knees, torn apart. Take me away, set me on fire, there's no other way. See Corn Live.
Get tickets as low as 130 TAR. You might also like Paranoid and Aroused, Korn, Down Bad, Taylor Swift, The Alchemy.
'Cause I got nothing to gain. So what are we doing now? Feeling complacent, I cannot be contained. I'm so lost and lonely now. Where do I run? Where do I hide? Give me a reason to end my life. Where do I run? Where do I hide? Give me a reason to get out alive. Give me a reason, 'cause I got nothing to gain. So what are we doing now? Feeling complacent, I cannot be contained. I'm so lost and lonely now. Give me a reason, 'cause I got nothing to gain. So what are we doing now? Feeling complacent, I cannot be contained. I'm so lost and lonely now. Give me a reason. If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. I'm sure I'm not being rude, but it's just your attitude. It's tearing me apart, it's ruining everything, and I swore I would be true. And honey, so did you. So why were you holding her hand? Is that the way we stand? Were you lying all the time? Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to, do you have to, do you have to let it linger? Oh, I thought the world of you. I thought nothing could go wrong. But I was wrong, I was wrong. If you just want to be with you. And I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You've got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? And I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You've got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? You know I'm such a fool for you. You've got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La, la la dee dee da, la la dee da da dum. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. All the lubes are brown. Is this the real? Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to win. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to sin. Taiwan, 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 Taiwan. There's fire in their eyes, no mercy in their hearts. They tell their dirty lies to finish what they start. Evil is their drive, hell possesses souls, won't get them alive. The feeling's twisted cold. We will stop the senseless killing. We will end this evil war. We will stop the senseless killing. We'll leave it up the score. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to win. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to sin. Taiwan, 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 Taiwan. Taekwondo, Taekwondo. We strive for worldly peace, to stop the vicious night as the energy would cease. Taekwondo is our way of life. We will stop the senseless killing. We will end this evil war. We will stop the senseless killing. We'll leave it up the score. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to win. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to sin. Taiwan, 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 Taekwondo. We will stop the senseless killing. We will end this evil war. We will stop the senseless killing. We'll leave it up the score. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to win. Against the ninja, we will fight the battle to sin. Taiwan, 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 Taekwondo. Got the ninja. We'll leave it up the score. Against the ninja. We will stop the senseless killing. We'll leave it up the score. Against the ninja. Against the ninja. It's early morning, the sun comes out. Last night was shaking and pretty loud. My cat is purring, it's scratching my skin. So what is wrong with another sin? The bitch is hungry, she needs to tell. So give her inches and feed her well. More days to come, new places to go. I've got to leave, it's time for a show. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. My body's burning, it starts to shout. Desire is coming, it breaks out loud. Lost is in cages, till storm breaks loose. Just have to make it with someone to choose. The night is calling, I have to go. The wolf is hungry, he runs the show. He's licking his lips, he's ready to win. On the hunt tonight for love at first sting. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Are you ready, baby? Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Come on, baby. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane. It's early morning, the sun comes out. Last night was shaking and pretty loud. My cat is purring, it's scratching my skin. So what is wrong with another sin? The night is calling, I have to go. The wolf is hungry, he runs the show. He's licking his lips, he's ready to win.
Welcome, my friends, to XboxEra. If you're new here, let me fill you in. XboxEra is a platform for the Xbox community with best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and of course, XboxEra.com, your destination for the best news, reviews, and features, all focused on your favourite platform, Xbox. It's every Xbox fan's gateway to the best of XboxEra. Our incredible podcasts listened to in over 50 countries worldwide, our in-depth reviews, our own merch store for the coolest in gaming threads, and of course Day One, where you can track, rate and discuss your favourite games on Xbox Game Pass. We're a small, agile and independent publication, and importantly, we're completely funded by you. If you value having a publication truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Xbox Era is only made possible by the support of an amazing community, and in particular our legendary and growing army of Patreon supporters, our executive producers, Top, the Scarecrow 121, Peter B, Not Jack, Mohammed Sherez, Kevin S, Korkenstein, Jordan White, Jordan Andau, Frankie C, Terran H, and Britt. Our amazingly generous grand benefactors who take their support and dedication to Xbox Era to another level. Krat56, an assassin. And then there's our boss, our leader, our shining light in times of darkness, the one and only Xbox Era CEO, TornRaptor. You guys are all fucking awesome. If you enjoy the content Xbox Era produce and want more of it, and you're not a patron, consider heading over to patreon.com/Xbox Era, pledge your support, and get cool swag in return. Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 238 of the Xbox Era podcast. We're here to discuss all of the latest in gaming from across the industry, but overall, we're focused on your favorite platform, Xbox. A big thank you to all of our patrons because they make all of this wonderfully possible. So big shout outs to our executive producers, our wonderful grand benefactors, Groat56 and Assassin, and of course, our wonderful CEO, TornRaptor. As always, I am joined by the lovely and always right Special Nick.
What's going on? I am always right.
It's true, you are. And Xbox Era Reviews editor, Jesse.
Hello. I also, we can ever get seen as U.S. press by a certain you-know-who. Call me reviews editor and lead producer and whatever else we can think of to like really make it seem. Where I'm lead of Xbox Era US.
Yeah, the US branch. Because we've suffered this week, and we've let you down. We've let you down.
In an attempt to be glass half full, there are things we get, or things we've had.
That's true.
And there is something we are getting that others don't have and wish they had.
That's true. That is true. And I think, mostly thanks to your persistence. Is that a good word to use?
Maybe.
Nagging.
So swings and roundabouts.
That's a fair way of putting it.
I'm not saying you should be happy about that. I'm just saying in an attempt to be glass half full about our situation.
Do you know what? I appreciate it because that's made me feel a little bit better.
John was very cross during Thursday's headlines. I had to rein him back in, and then chat was having fun, constantly throwing it back in his face. It was
John
pretty good.
was also very upset at me before this show started, but pointing out that he did tell me and Jesse we had a guest on today when we didn't.
Anyway. Jumping into what we've been playing to start things off before we get into all of the news of the week.
More than what I've been playing, I want to talk about what I've been buying.
Oh, okay. Do you want to have that little
turn
moment?
this thing off and unplugged it just so I can show it on the stream. Look at that. The 30th anniversary PS5. It's so nice. Like, no one has bagged the look of the PS5 more than me, possibly on Earth. But photos don't actually do this console justice. Like, I don't know what they've done with the Slim that in person, it's so much better than the photos show. Kind of like the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro. Those two consoles looked absolutely fucking stupid in photos. But I got the Pro in person myself, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. This thing is the same. In person, it's really not that bad. You got your two USB-Cs.
Have a look at the little feet.
You've been given a directive by our CEO, Nick.
Yeah, the CEO's requested you smash it.
Oh, yeah, right. Are you going to pay me to replace it? Yeah. If you're going to pay me to replace it, I'll smash it right now.
Oh, my God. That would be a viral moment.
How would you do that, Nick? It's been guaranteed that this thing was going to sell out. How would you ever get it back?
Well, it has. This one has. The 30th anniversary stuff has
it's back
sold
up for sale in the US everywhere.
Oh, not in Australia. In Australia, these are all gone. I can't get another one of these. But there is one thing that is still stupid about this console specifically. That's the dumb little feet.
Oh,
that's the horizontal stand.
No, those are cat ears. You lay it on its back, and you got little kitty cat ears.
See? Cat ears. Wow.
That's very
Looks
cute.
like a cat with a big mouth. So you just, that's it. These just come out like that. It's so dumb. The fact that it even needs a stand to lie down is dumb.
Yeah, that just, I don't know what, they didn't have to keep this level of, oh, he wrote, here, there you go. What did he do?
Oh my god!
What?
I don't know, TornRaptor wrote, there you go. I haven't seen anything, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I can't get another one of these. I'm not going to smash it. If I knew I could get another one and you were willing to pay for it, I would smash it.
I don't.
But-
I don't want that to be what people clip from us of the Xbox podcast smashing.
Someone in the chat says smash it. You just, I mean, I'd laugh my tits off. I really would.
You have to do it on your own Twitter.
I like that. I like the packaging is really nice the way they've done it, like the PlayStation 1. I also got the controller, like obviously the controller came with this, but I also bought a separate controller
Because the battery will be dead in that one, first one very quickly.
But it's nice the way they've done them, and my wife also got me this cool Street Fighter 2
We're
t-shirt.
good. No, I mean he couldn't replace it, so I can't pay for it. So there we go.
Yeah,
we're safe.
That's a very nice
really
Street
cool.
Fighter t-shirt.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool t-shirt.
Your t-shirt's dog shit compared to mine.
What is it?
The magical day.
It's a magical
The
day.
one and only Neil Breen with his coffee and all of his laptops. If you've ever watched any of his movies, people will know.
Who's in your?
He's a architect who lives in Arizona who spends his own money to hire non-union workers and make the worst movies you've ever seen. But they are so earnest. He is trying to be good that they are amazing.
Okay.
He's always hacking the government using laptops that are turned off. The screens aren't on, but he's just tapping away. Sometimes there's supernatural powers and they make him pass out and he pours his coffee all over him. It's great. Also, he's really bad at kissing.
I'll ask. I'm being asked in the chat from ResRiver. Sorry, ResRevVR. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Where'd she get that shirt? Sick. I'll ask her. I will bring up messages on macOS Sonoma or whatever the hell Apple's up to. I can just get my text messages right here on my computer. How good's that?
That's something Windows had for a while.
On Windows 11, mate.
I will ask her right this second and hopefully get a response for you to let you know where she got this t-shirt.
Can you get your phone messages from any phone, or is it only an Apple phone?
Why would I be able to get it from any phone?
Because I can
Why
on
would
Windows.
Apple allow that?
Because I can on Windows.
Yeah, but Apple is like the most closed of all closed platforms.
Mm-hmm.
True. While you're talking about PlayStation, there was a super chat around that subject before we get into things.
From Comic Book Reporter. I believe this person just started following me on Twitter, but it could be my imagination or Blue Sky. Special Nick, is there any update on select PS3 backwards compatibility for PS5? No, I apologize. No. I haven't. I rarely do get updates on stuff. I just get told it, and then that's it.
And then the rest of it's just throwing spaghetti against the wall.
Yeah, totally making it all up. Yeah. Okay, my Street Fighter T-shirt came from Uniqlo. So Uniqlo must have jumped into doing video game. I know they did Pokemon. They had a Pokemon collab a while back, but this came from Uniqlo.
Wonderful.
So
Cool.
there you go.
Go out and get one now, kids. Hey, before we dive into what we've been playing this week, do you want a couple of little cool nuggets of info that I think are pretty neat? So we go, yeah, John, we would.
I was
We'd
typing
like that.
cool nuggets so now it's up on the podcast.
Cool nuggets of info. A little bit of
Cool nuggets.
housekeeping. Cool nugget of info number 1. Right now, on patreon.com/XboxEra, which is, if you enjoy what we produce week in, week out, the best way that you can support us directly. You can now gift memberships directly to other Patreon free tiers or whatever.
It's
and
actually
they can get all
a
the benefits.
really
Pretty
easy
nifty.
URL. It's www.patreon.com/XboxEra/gift.
Wow.
Right there.
So that's cool. So, if you're thinking, well, I want to drop some YouTube memberships, drop some Patreon memberships instead. They're much cooler. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But here's the really cool one.
You know what's really cool?
This.
You know what's super cool? Speaking of gifting.
What I'm about to say is really cool.
He gets to finish.
XboxEra.com has 500 million monthly readers. 500 million. 500,000.
Really?
500,000 monthly readers.
Where's
500 million?
Where's my pay,
Why aren't we
John?
millionaires?
Yeah. Where's all of our salaries, John?
You know what would be good? If like 100 million of those 500 million people, what would be good is if 100 million of those people went to www.drinkcontrol.com/XboxEra and used our code XboxEra to get 10% off this amazing stuff, Control, which I finally have back and can drink again.
And can talk about again.
Jesse and I ran out.
If 100 million people did that, we would probably make like $5,000. Well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, mate, don't even worry about this T-shirt. Uniqlo don't need the money. Control, that's what you should get.
We're coming after you,
Fruity
John.
Flakes. And
we'll get into it in the news.
Jesse and I are actually waiting on
new flavors. Yeah, it's a caramel macchiato and also pineapple and coconut.
Caramel macchiato.
Hey, Jesse, what happens when I click put user in timeout? Do I get to choose for how long?
Yes, but you cannot undo it. They will be timed out that long no matter what, the second you click it.
24 hours?
That got me, I did it 2 minutes one time, and it got me death threats for 3 months.
Wow.
And for you Aussies out there, Control is, I believe, on sale for Black Friday too. So I think if you use our code, it should stack on top.
I'm not drinking Control. I'm drinking this definitely just juice. Just juice.
It's definitely not 11% alcohol.
No.
I'm drinking some delicious Pepsi
God damn it,
Max
Julia. She got us good.
Cinnamon. Oh, I love Pepsi Max. Cinnamon toast, Cocoa Crunch, Fruity Flakes, which is what I'm having. Birthday cake. Birthday cake is amazing.
I still think it's more amazing than anything Control related is that we've got 500,000 monthly readers. Like, big shout out to the community.
To me.
And those readers need to buy some Control.
No,
so
they need to
subscribe
subscribe to our
read
Patreon.
the website.
They can
Control
stick
does
the
nothing
Control up their ass.
compared to patreon.com/XboxEra. And if you, after you've already signed up, you want to buy some Control Cool.
Yeah. All 500,000 of you. Do it.
But don't buy it through Nick's relatives because they're not talking to him.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that.
But yeah, I was delighted to see that stat earlier this week. So
yeah. And I'm only taking most of the credit for it. You're welcome.
Yeah. But it's good.
Not all.
It's good. What a year it's been.
Yeah, I know.
What a year it's been.
We've only doubled or quadrupled like every key stat on growth. So
pretty much. Like it's pretty amazing.
Our heavy shadow investors over at Microsoft. I mean,
dude.
No one's gonna be upset with us.
But we appreciate all of you. So thank you for sticking around.
Your phone does not. Oh, there it goes.
That's all of that stuff.
No, it's done it twice now.
Oh, I didn't see the first. Yeah.
Like the stream.
Yes, we have changed our handles to Blue Sky Hue.
Mm-hmm.
We're not leaving Twitter.
We're just not using it very often.
But
I don't like talking to people on there. It's fucking miserable. It's so bad.
Twitter. Look, I'm very hesitant to like sort of leave Twitter because I've got a lot of followers on there and stuff and friends and people still send me DMs. But even I have now noticed that Twitter is becoming oppressively negative and shitty to talk. Like now I'm suddenly caught up in an argument about why Balatro should be a Game of the Year nominee. And then it's like, I said to this guy who was talking about, oh, it's not as good as Silent Hill 2 and Stellar Blade and this and that. I'm like, why? Just because it's not a third-person action game? Like, it should count. Like, most people that play Balatro will put more hours into Balatro in their lifetime than they will every third-person action game combined.
Mm.
I'm like, I reckon it's okay to have it. And then this guy's like, so are you saying third-person action games are bad? No!
But that's the fucking
But
meme.
that's the thing.
Pancakes are
the
great.
Pancake meme.
But
It's
that's
the
the thing.
pancake meme. I go, no.
You're arguing with people I have blocked because they are people who aren't looking for actual conversations. They're just looking to piss you off or have a fight. That's it. There's just way too much bad faith on there.
I think that's the thing. And I saw an article earlier this week that, you know, people of a certain political leaning were then forming Blue Sky accounts and then were shocked when they were immediately blocked or banned. And then
And
they
it's
were claiming-
very powerful to be
And it's
blocked on Blue
like,
Sky. You can do nothing.
What? That's what I mean. It was like, but why do you want to go there? So you can own the libs? I don't.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I don't get it.
it's
I will
always
say-
the talk
I
about
will
echo
say
chambers, but Twitter has become
The
an echo
porn's
chamber.
already starting to make its way across the Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Supposedly, they've been trying very hard, and they're already getting swatted pretty hard now.
It's
It's crazy.
already
They-
I've been followed by a
Yeah.
couple of porn accounts already on Blue Sky.
Say prawn. We don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah.
It is a thing on YouTube. If you talk
It's like on
about
TikTok,
sex
you have
work.
to say segs,
Yeah.
segs.
Like, if you're ever wondering how
Really?
if you get like ad suitability hit, even though you weren't playing like a bloody game, it's just words they picked up during it because they have AI software monitor all of it, and then you have to click and have a human do it, and then you never know if the
Yeah.
human's going to actually bother doing it or just say no, this is bad. So
My God, seriously?
YouTube has too much content for them to ever properly moderate. It's like Steam; they don't try because Steam's like 300 people, and they're not moderating anything.
Yeah, even
But
they've been
John,
called out for it now a bit.
You want a short show?
Okay.
3 hours.
I did.
Video
I
games.
wouldn't mind.
What have you been playing? Nick?
Well, yeah, Nick. What have you been playing? That's a good place to start. What has Nick
Oh,
been playing?
They
This
didn't put a
week?
single
I don't
game
know
in
if I
there.
yeah, I know. I don't know if I have been playing anything new.
Anything different?
I did finally force myself to go back to Astro, and I finally got through those challenge levels that were really pissing me off. And the funny part is, there was this one specific challenge level that I was just stuck on for like donkeys. Could not get past it. It was impossible. I jumped back into it yesterday, got through it on my second shot. I'm like, what do you mean? I couldn't get through it for how long? It was this stupid one. For any of you who have played Astro Bot, it was that stupid challenge level where you've got the rubber ducky that sprays water all over the lava, and you're creating a path out of the lava that you have now cooled down. And oh my God, it was such a hard challenge level. And then yesterday I did it second shot.
That often happens though, right? You take some time away. You know what
Oh
you
my
need to do.
God.
But you just come back, take a step back, breathe. Boom. Nailed it.
But that was the blockage. Now all of a sudden I did that challenge level, and all of a sudden I've almost beat the whole game. I've only got a little bit to go now. I'm like, oh, thank God, it's almost over. It is. It was my fear about this game, that it was going to go longer than it needed to go. And it did. Astro Bot is a little bit longer than I feel it needed to be, personally. Which is my concern when they were like, oh, it's huge, 80 levels. I was like, oh, no, don't tell me. And it is. It's a little bit longer than it needs to be. Still fantastic and love it and everything, but it shouldn't be that long. But I can't think of anything else. I think it was last week I played all the new games like Pepper Grinder
did.
and
You played a lot last
How
week.
deep
You
into
were
the
full of-
yeah,
Smurfs
last
are
week
you?
was heaps.
Yeah, how you getting on with Smurfs?
I don't think I've touched it since last week. I'm just, man. I still think I'm going to force myself to do the review, but
I believe in you,
shit.
bro. I believe in you.
Oh my God. I'm waiting for Power Rangers.
I have been playing a fair bit this week. I've been, if you've been watching our Hangout streams, I've done a couple of streams now of the wonderful Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay on PC.
Where
the
for a
last stream-
long time you had no idea that you could turn off
How
your
to
eye
turn off
shine.
the night vision. Yeah, the eye
Yeah.
shine. But man, what a game series that is. And then I ended up watching the movies this week. Just gone. Just like
Pitch
they're
Black
so-
and the Chronicles of Riddick.
and Riddick.
Mm.
I forgot that they'd done
yeah.
a sequel to Chronicles of Riddick.
Mhm.
and it was basically Pitch Black again, but slightly different.
Game or a movie?
Movies, but I played. The
Oh
game.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. In a movie, yes, they did do another one. Yes.
yeah. There's another one coming as well. I was always like, why
Yep.
didn't they do another one? And they are. They're doing it. They're doing it now.
Mhm.
It got delayed because of COVID, but that was ages ago.
And
I know.
him doing 9 billion Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah. But I've been playing that, which is really good fun. I have started Star Wars Outlaws.
Mhm. John, are you with me? Star Wars Outlaws is a pretty good game.
That's pretty good so far. Like
Yep.
early days, but I'm enjoying it.
You are playing a better version than people would have gotten at launch.
Yes.
But the actual game itself of Star Wars Outlaws was always good. It is a solid video game, and people really, for some reason, just friggin' despise Ubisoft
Too
games
woke.
to a weird point. Like the mix of the anti-progressives versus the just abject disgust of Ubisoft in the gaming coverage sphere made it seem like it was just this piece of shit that didn't work at all and everyone should always hate. And it's like, no, the game is actually really solid. Like I quite enjoy it a lot.
I'm quite into it thus far, and I was like really deliberating on whether I should start it or not because let's just say things are coming
to get you
soon.
that code.
Yeah, things are coming soon as well that will then interrupt me, and then I'll forget everything about that game, and then you know how it happens with open world games. So
No, I got a pretty good memory.
oh, I'm terrible for it.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty good. But the main thing I've been playing I've not been streaming this week is a new game that's coming to Xbox. It's already out on PC. It might be out on other console platforms, but it's coming to Xbox.
I think it's just out on PC.
Ah, well, it was in early access for a while. It's called Ravenswatch, and it's a cooperative roguelike game.
You can give your opinions of the game itself. You could say nothing about the version that is on Xbox, as you know.
Yeah,
Just
I'm not
making
going to
it
give
clear
any
for the audience.
opinions yet. I won't color my opinions. I will say that it pits you as various fairy tale characters in roguelike procedurally generated ish. Like, so they're different every time, but I wouldn't say fully procedurally generated. Like, it's all handcrafted art.
Well, that is procedural.
And you can play as like
Yeah.
Little Red Riding Hood or Aladdin or Geppetto.
Is it the
and
actual
each-
Chinese Aladdin or is it the Disney Aladdin?
It's yeah, it's not
More
it's not
Disney.
Chinese Aladdin.
Yeah.
Definitely more Disney.
The
variant. But
original
basically-
Aladdin story is really crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, and I have to say, keep an eye out on this one.
It is
Should be
very
coming
well
next week.
reviewed on Open Critic. So I'm
Yes.
curious to see what you have to say about it on
Yeah.
console.
So yeah, it's definitely one to keep an eye out for fans that like to play games together. I think you probably want to pay attention to this one when it drops. But more to say next week on video game magazines, and that's about it for me. I have been trying to play Flight Simulator 2024.
Hasn't been working though, has it?
It works
it works now.
A-okay, especially in the US, and it has for a couple days.
Yeah,
So,
it worked
yeah.
yesterday.
I've just
So-
been playing a lot. Works fine for me now. The only issue is it still did not pull in the default settings correctly for my flight stick. I have a guide on how to bind all of it in a couple minutes. It shouldn't be too bad. So I've been playing a lot. When it works, oh boy, it is everything that people thought it would be. The main issue is still when the server load hits and the marketplace isn't up and won't be up until next month. So like another couple weeks. When you can I imagine you should be able to re-download everything because it's all listed there in the marketplace. So all the world updates are still all listed there. So I'm really hopeful I can download them again because I'm okay just having them on there because I did one flight in Iceland and I used 7 gigs of internet. And that was just one single flight. You can throttle it. You can have it go and use no more than 500 megabytes or something like that. Like if you're on data, but then it doesn't look the best. So they've got a lot of things to go in and fix up that they had fixed in the previous game. When this one works, it's amazing. It's just been a really bad launch. They had worked out for, 200,000 concurrents is what they tested for. And I saw people immediately saying, just do 1 million. It's like, well, no, you're actually having 200,000 servers hitting your game, like you're doing it for real. That's how you're stress testing it, and that's a lot of money. So just having like we're pushing further than what we think we'll get, and then they got way more than that, which is the blessing and the curse when it's an online only game.
Yeah, I still think that they should have rolled that release out per time zone as opposed to everyone gets it at the same time across the world, because that's just a recipe for disaster. Maybe that's a lesson learned again for an online focused title. But yeah, I do hope the world updates are something that just appear, because London from afar looked really great, but you go down low and there's some real wonkiness.
But then once it loads incorrectly, it's stunning. So I had Paris load incorrectly, and it looked amazing. It was like one of the best looking things I've ever seen. But then I got to the next city, and it didn't load incorrectly, and it was just jagged hill everywhere.
London loaded incorrectly, but there was just like mismatch. Like there's and I can't remember the name, which I feel really appalled about. Where's my British patriotism? There's a like a Navy battleship in the Thames. I can't remember the name of it. Someone from the UK.
Riddick.
Sure. Is it? That doesn't ring a bell.
I don't know. I made that up.
Oh, okay, but in Flight Sim, it had loaded everything in, and you could see the satellite scan of the battleship from up high, but then on top were two very expensive looking yachts.
HMS Belfast.
Belfast, thank you. Yes. So I was like,
close.
This looks really wonky. So I don't know. Jury's out. But hey,
they did their
you're gonna
world
be playing a bunch more of
updates,
it
so you
for
never know if
reviews,
those world updates are actually showing up and being used.
Exactly.
It's the main thing. So I'm hoping once the marketplace is there, I can just get all the world updates again, leave 500 gigabytes on my goddamn Xbox, and just have everything look great using far less. But like doing the, I did the world photographer, and I was going around Africa looking for elephants. Couldn't find any, but I did find some Cape buffalo. They're yoinked right out of Planet Zoo. Look pretty good. When it does work, it is really good, but it's probably going to have a very bad Metacritic compared to the first game, because it still isn't perfect. It really might not matter in the long run.
Probably not.
But it's not a great start, and people were very upset, and I don't blame them at all.
I did watch an actual Airbus 737 or whatever model it is pilot, whose YouTube account is I'm this pilot of this plane, and he went through the entire like, how accurate is this? And it was freaky because he was using all of the buttons on the plane. He was like, well, this is correct. Yeah, this is slightly different, but I'll give it that. And it was phenomenal. And he just did a flight from Frankfurt to Dusseldorf or something like that. It's impressive. It is very, very clever.
Yep.
Anyways, those are all the video games we've been playing,
No, they're
which
not.
is
What the hell are you talking
quite
about?
a lot.
You drunk?
Yeah, we've not played anything else. There's nothing big that's come out this week. Nothing
Wow.
that's, really done really well. Like, maybe sold 1 million copies in 48 hours that you might want to talk about, right? Oh, wait.
Oh.
Stalker 2 arrived.
Oh, yeah.
That's the game named after me.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Welcome to the zone.
Yeah, Stalker 2. I played and reviewed alongside a bunch of other people a version of a game you guys never saw. You never get to see a second of the Stalker 2 I played. It was a buggy, broken, ugly, rotten mess the first full day when I got it on Wednesday, and I was talking to John. I was like, I think I'm going to have to do a review in progress and give this thing like a temporary 4. And I have the thumbnail from pre-drag still that just says review in progress. But then they patched it Thursday. I was like, oh, this is a lot better. Still super buggy, but at least it runs okay. And I played through most of the game on the weekend. And I beat it pretty early on Monday. And then they patched it with a 139 gigabyte patch on Monday. And I was like,
So the whole game.
Yeah.
This is a completely different experience. This is running way better. This just looks way better. The progression blocker I had on this early side quest, I'll go try that again on my old save. Yep, works fine. Played like 5 hours more on Monday, saw a second ending. And then Tuesday, another 37 gigabyte patch. I'm like, okay, my review's already done and written. Let me check this and double check and see, because I made it a final review because the Monday patch was so good. And it looked and ran better. And another side quest I had that had been still bugged on Monday, I went and tried. It worked. And I do think like IGN did a review in progress. They wanted to double check, give the person time, because it really wasn't enough time to healthily.
Bloody lazy devs. So what if missiles are coming at your studio? Who cares? Deal with it. We've all got
Watch out, Nick.
problems.
Watch out, bro. Someone might take you seriously. Be
Come
warned.
on. Some of the stuff I'm seeing being said about this game, I'm like, come on, guys. One of the team died in war. Maybe ease up a little bit because they've got some shit going on in their lives, and this game probably isn't the priority.
And the
Like,
the thing
calm
that kills me a bit, we do videos, and like I get it. Anyone that's got a video going up and you don't do the video editing yourself, which is most people. Even a lot of solo people, once they get bigger, they have people do their video editing for them because then they can get more out because they're not having to do all of it. They just get their footage, write their script, read it, send it off. They don't have to do the final part, which can take a while. We do all ourselves. So I was able to go through and see exactly what I was doing and just change it if we need to. John changed his Towerborn preview 30 minutes before it went live because we needed to change something. But if you're only doing text and your text can get changed right up until the embargo in no time at all, you just copy and paste the differences. That kills me when it's like, oh, the version I played was shit. I was done by like Sunday and I never went back the rest of the week. And it's like, then it's not, you're not actually reviewing the thing that anyone's playing. So what is the value in that? Like, I get it. It's not your fault that you got the thing late and maybe there were just other things to do, but you need to make it super clear. Like, oh, I was done on Sunday. There were patches on Monday and Tuesday. So take a look online. See, is this running better now? Like the amount of times I read it and nobody said anything, it was like, come on.
There's two arguments I think that can be made there. There's the argument of, hey, I review what I get. It's not my job to make sure you're ready. But I do feel, especially as Nick said, considering the circumstances of this particular release, like let's all be very frank and honest here. It's a minor miracle it exists at all, right? So. You know, and I have to give credit to both Renaissance PR and the team at GSA Game Worlds. They were extremely communicative throughout the review process. Like, hey, here's the patch, here's the notes. Like, in order to just not only say, hey, we fixed this, but hey, we fixed this and here's a list. You don't have to take us on faith. Here's a direct list of everything we knew was broken and we fixed. And
it was an
yada,
incredibly long list. It was funny. Like
it was ridiculous.
I saw Jeff Grossman say it was like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Not that it was bad, just that it's like you've never seen something like that before. Just that many friggin' patch notes in a like pre-launch build of something.
Yeah, direct drop out of their Jira bug, system or whatever.
Yeah, and it's funny because like a lot of my review was, look, this is what I had. This is all I can really talk about. And then I updated it and was like, okay, there's been patches. It's running way better. It's not going to be a review in progress anymore. It still doesn't run great. There are issues. And I still have people on Reddit be like, oh, you just glossed over the performance issues. You said one line. And then I quoted him back with a full section of the review, which was about performance. And he never responded. It's because most people are just dickheads.
You know, we have community questions on this topic.
Yep.
Do we really? Why don't we dive into a few of them?
Yeah, there's a couple. Literally, like two. I'll go first with Jesse Brother. Yeah, he's saying Heretic and Stalker 2. Happy podcast 238, you reprobates.
I gotta find it now so you won't yell at me while you're doing your friggin' timestamps. Just give me a sec.
It's the first question on the forum in community questions.
Nick gets very cross if I don't have the community questions up, even though it's when they get thrown in
the
the
way I
middle.
do the timestamps. The way I do the timestamps, I half rely on what I see when I'm hovering and looking through. That's how I get such incredible timestamps out so fast.
Bye, John.
Happy podcast 238, you reprobates. Guys, I finally saw another horror film that's name didn't start with Alien, nor was it based on a book written by Stephen King, The Shining or It. And it actually didn't suck. No, not the substance, because based on how Nick and my brother described that one, I could tell it was not for me. The movie I'm talking about was Heretic. I haven't seen that yet. Which was a rather brilliant thriller with twinges of horror, but mostly scenes of excellent dialogue from Hugh Grant and a couple of impressive young actresses I was previously unfamiliar with, who played sister Mormon missionaries. I won't spoil anything, but I will say the atheist in me loved it. And I could tell by some of the reviews I watched, some of them got the point and some totally did not. And now that I can talk about it, because being Jesse Brother has its privileges, I've been playing Stalker 2 for the last week, but not well. I was happy to see it had a rookie easy setting, but even then I've been struggling with staying alive and doing most of the tasks in it. But it looks and plays nice, and I feel like I owe it to those brave devs to give their game a fair chance. Especially now that my country might have doomed theirs by essentially electing Vladimir Putin as our president. Sorry for getting political jest, but Nick said I could. Kidding, I'll stop there and end with a goofy question. Nick, will you play Stalker 2? Its easy mode isn't that easy, but you're in a better cognitive condition than me, and yes, you can skip the cutscenes, you goddamn heretic. I don't know if I'll play Stalker 2.
It's got an interesting way to skip them too, Nick. It doesn't just like cut away and fade to black. It fast forwards them, so you can still kind of see what's going on. But it's very fast forward, yeah. You can't skip all of them. The major cutscenes you can.
I've never played the first Stalker.
This game does a really. I mean, this game is entirely based on the original trilogy. Like all the characters come back, all the areas come back, all the plot points come back. But they do a very good job of reintroducing them for people who don't know them. So, like it is something.
Shooters, obviously,
Yeah.
but
The
Stalker series has never been one that.
This game's very long. I beat it in 55 hours.
Oh my god!
I was doing a lot of searching. If you don't search around on rookie, you could probably do it in like 25 to 30 if you just mainline. But that's not the experience of the game. The actual experience.
Indiana Jones coming up though.
Yeah. Oh, so I didn't.
Probably getting Indiana Jones in the next week.
Yeah, beat that in a couple of days.
Get that mega boost ready.
Got to get that mega boost. We need to have our 10 prepped.
I've already written the review, bro.
I've already pre-typed up my review.
People were convinced I had done that with the Valkyrie or Starfield Shattered Space.
I've pre-done my review, and I've talked about how Indiana Jones has impacted me as a father.
Yeah, made you feel,
and how it makes me feel, and it's made me want to connect better with my children.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought I'd lost you, boy.
Yeah, to be a better dad, and it's changed my outlook on life completely. And I sort of cap off the review by saying if I was allowed to give a score above 10, Indiana Jones would get a 15.6.
Wow.
It's not the best Mega Boost though, because it's not going to be exclusive. Shouldn't waste it on that. We got to wait for Avowed, which we didn't get the preview. But anyways, back to Stalker 2.
Next question.
Yeah.
Another community question.
Yeah.
Yes. Didact 3. Hello, beautiful lads, especially Nick. Got it. We've seen many buggy games released with high metascores. Why some are given more of a pass than others? It's the platform. It's really sad to see many skipping Stalker 2, believing that the game is filled with bugs when a good portion of them have already been fixed. It's an amazing game, definitely high on my Game of the Year list. Well,
I mean, that's what we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's why I tried to get these questions in.
That's a good shout. There's two trains of thought, right? Like, I understand that you play what you get, but you can also see that from a game's media perspective, the smaller sites are less inclined to do a review in progress because in a week, no one's reading that shit.
Yeah, my Star Wars one did not get many, even though it was up at embargo, because it wasn't in progress and people don't go for in progress.
Need my score at the bottom so I can judge you and be vitriolic in the comments. So no one reads that shit. The sites that can afford, from a monetary perspective, to wait a little while, because you're the biggest sites in the world, IGN, Eurogamer, cool. So I understand both sides of this, but I feel like just particularly with this, the circumstances of this, they probably should have just been given a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here and maybe take those patch notes.
Yeah, it's for anyone who's doing video, I get it. Like for anyone who's doing video and you're going through and you write it, you narrate it, but then it's going to a video editor, it's going through your reviews editor, and you've got all this red tape to go through to get it out. Even though you only do 1080p, so it can't really take that long to edit or upload. Whatever, fine. But
No,
when
the
it's
world has changed.
when it's only text, when you are just writing, you can take the time to test it out again Monday and Tuesday. Even just if you played after Monday and you're like, oh wow, this is a lot better. I don't know, but it definitely feels like there are reviews where they never say it in the body of the review, but with some of the things I hear, it just doesn't feel like they beat the game. Also, you guys will see this in a little bit. This playing right now was an amazing bug because the Chimera mutant that I'm fighting just completely broke on his AI and let me kill him, because otherwise I was definitely going to die trying to fight him. So,
Nice.
but then
Oh,
I
really?
came back.
love
I
bugs
did
like
that.
They're the best.
I did that fight again post patch, and he wrecked my face. So,
Oh yeah.
but
look
yeah,
at it.
like it is.
Oh wow, look at that! It just wigs out.
Yeah, because he can't get inside the doors, so he doesn't know what to do. Now he just leaves, and he can jump like 50 feet. And so I walked out the door the next time, and he just jumped 50 feet on me and took like almost all my life, and then swiped me and killed me. But yeah,
Oh, wow, look at
Stalker
that.
2
There
is
he
an
is.
amazing
Dead.
game. If you're wondering what type of game it is, to actually speak about the game and not the circumstances around it. So it is essentially, oh, here's a guy freaking completely stuck in the ground. Thankfully, I was able to heal him and do this quest. If you're wondering what Stalker is, it is a mill sim that knows when to pull back from being sim focused. So it is a large open world survival shooter that has Tarkov-like shooting, or even PUBG-like shooting, where it feels like you recoil and sway and all that stuff really matters. The quality of your gun matters, because if you don't fix your gun, you just end up having a friggin' gun that jams on you all the time. So you've got to be smart, and you can't carry everything on you. I know it was one of the things, skill up, and people were making fun of him. He was trying to find the stash, and he couldn't. But he had like 7 guns and armor and just insane amounts of stuff on him, and he could barely move. And a big part of this game is you are living in this world, and this world hates you. You cannot carry very much, so you do have to leave things behind. And the game actually will recognize when you do that sometimes. There are caches that are like, hey, if you stay in this poppy field too long, you will fall asleep and never wake up. Here are some cans of energy drink. Make sure you drink them every once in a while to stay awake, and leave more if you can. And if you take them all and the note, then the guy who left them, you'll find him in town one time and he's just pissed and angry at the world. But if you leave things, he's like, hey, there's still some good in the world. Like that cache I leave by the poppy fields, it had way more in it than when I left like freaking 20 drinks in it. Like it is super focused
That's
on
so cool.
making you feel like you are a part of this desolate but gorgeous Ukrainian wasteland. And
What are you throwing those bolts into?
anomalies.
Anomalies.
So in the world of Stalker, the original accident at Chernobyl took place in the 80s, and then a second explosion happened in 2006 when they were trying to experiment on some of the weird energies they were reading. That second explosion created the zone, as our title is for this episode. And inside the zone are a lot of anomalies. So you've got the ones that just suck you in and eat all your goddamn health. You've got the little tornadoes that send you flying up in the air and explode dogs if they get too near them. You've got the little bolts of electricity all over the ground that will just shock the shit out of you and really degrade your weapons and your armor. You've got tons of radiation around because obviously it's Chernobyl. And you throw your unlimited bolts into them to activate them, and then you've got 1 to 2 seconds to get through before they come back. So that's why you got to throw them, run, and keep going. There's also like shards of glass just hovering in the goddamn air. They got to walk through real slowly, or else you'll start bleeding. So you'll see on the bottom left there, like I've got bandages and medkits. You need the bandages to stop bleeding, but the medkits heal you more. It's always that constant balance of I'm doing these expeditions. So I'm either doing an expedition to try and make money, or I'm doing an expedition to do a mission. And so I'm going to stock up for it. I'm going to make sure I have enough food. I have enough ammo. My stuff is in good shape. And if stuff starts degrading and falling apart, then you really need to focus on doing some side jobs for people to make money. Also, this safe, you will see at the very beginning, put all of your gear in it, and then you can keep it after the cutscene where you lose it. Pro tip. But yeah, it's almost a giant open world battle royale single player game where you're only fighting the computer. It is a 64 kilometer squared open world. That's why it's 156 gig install, because it's all photogrammetry, Unreal Engine 5 goodness. Like it looks vastly different from place to place. But yeah, it's a world to get lost in, similar to something like Red Dead, except for unlike Red Dead, it plays very well on console. Hey, a coffee. But yeah, this game kills more dogs than Christy Gnome. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're a dog lover and you don't want to kill them in games, you have no choice, because you will get attacked by 10 to 20 at a time, and they will make you bleed and die very quickly because they're bad dogs. So you shouldn't feel too bad.
I saw a guy get attacked. I saw a guy on Twitter get attacked by a pack of them.
Yeah.
And he had this slow ass shotgun to take them all out with. Like,
they only take a couple of bullets. Like, they're not strong, but there's just so many of them. There's also like little friggin' weevil rat things that just hop around and suck. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I think the story is really good. I saw some reviews say it wasn't, but there's actually choice to make, and the choices you make will shape who's still around, how things are going, how these various factions are, and like the factions might hate you, but the only way you know that is because they start saying "get the hell out of here" before they shoot you, and so then you got to do jobs for them to try and make them happy. Like there's not like this big bloated UI, or there's not this big checklist, but there is all this shit to go out and do in the open world. It's singular. It's a unique thing, and people who have played Stalker games before know that it is so big and so vast that it is just going to come in a little hot. This game is infinitely better than any of the other three were in their first year or 5 after launch. Like, it is so far ahead of them in core competency of bugs and performance and all that type of stuff. It is crazy how good it is for them with all they've gone through. And if
I was
you have
about to say, under the circumstances.
yeah, it's nuts.
And I get it. Like, you're paying money for something, right? So you want it working. But at the same time, like, context is king, yeah? No one forces you to buy a game day one. You know reviews exist. Most in this sphere, because obviously the casual game is not going to know, but most within this sphere would be aware of the circumstances around the development environment of this game. So, I don't know. So some of the reviews, some of the things I've seen said by some reviewers on Twitter, I feel lack a bit of empathy for the situation. And I get it. There's no law that says they have to have empathy. I don't know. The world's changed when it comes to game reviews, man. I feel like people should take more things into account when reviewing a game.
Yeah. They didn't.
We're in the information age, yeah? Like, information is in everyone's pocket, at everyone's fingertips. Like, it's not the old days where we just had a magazine to read or we looked at the box art.
It's also crazy looking at this old footage, and there's so much more popping. My God. I do think it does a little disservice even to just show this, because the game does look and run a lot better now. Like, just straight up does. I always see people saying they're going to wait. And depending on the controllers you have, I would still probably wait on console if you experience any stick drift when you try. Because right now their dead zone settings are too low. They have said they're working on it, and hopefully it'll be raised up a bit soon. But John knows, he had the same thing as me.
Yeah.
When I was using a brand new Elite that has absolutely zero stick drift in the accessibilities app, it drifted terribly. So I had to end up swapping over to the controller I sold TornRaptor on. This is the Power A Fusion Pro 4. The one I showed the little trick with the sticks on. This uses Hall effect sensors, so it doesn't drift. So it's perfect.
Has that got back paddles?
It does. It's got back buttons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're nice. So this one's wired. They sell a wireless one as well.
Power A, what's it called?
Power A Fusion Pro 4. It's a really nice controller. Power A makes some solid stuff. It's all Hall effect, everything. So it shouldn't break as often as the regular ones do. But yeah, Stalker 2 is amazing. Highly recommend it.
$30 for the wired one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm fine with wired. I don't mind it. I'm very close to my console and
wired.
PC, so that's why I. But yeah, it's a nice controller, and Stalker.
This isn't a AAA dev.
It's a nice game.
Don't forget.
No,
this isn't a big AAA dev. Like, I understand people taking out their eye out on a AAA dev, whether that's Microsoft, PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever. But
Well, they
these
were
guys
treating
they're
they
an
were
indie,
treating
yeah?
this
They're
game.
As a Microsoft first party
Yeah,
game.
so like when I was watching the Kind of Funny review in progress, they were just treating it like it's a Microsoft published game. They were like, this one should have been delayed instead of Avowed. And I'm like, I was in the chat and I'm like, they didn't publish this one. They literally moved Avowed because GSC decided to move this one into November, and it gave them 4 big releases other than Avowed in a month and a half between Call of Duty and Indiana Jones and this and Flight Sim and Avowed. And it was like, okay, at that point, we're gonna move one. Can't move Indy. That's tied to enormous marketing deals in Disney. Flight Sim is not gonna go up and change against anything really, but Stalker 2, Avowed, Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, all first-person-y, aimy, shooty things compared. We'll move Avowed back is the only one we have control on. We don't have control on Stalker.
I mean, there's an argument to be made, like, equally, why didn't Renaissance/GSC World delay it? But they're fighting a war, man. Maybe they're out of money. Maybe they can't pay everyone. Maybe they need to release it now.
It'd have been 3 years. They delayed it like 3 years.
So yeah, I'd give them the benefit of the doubt. And apologies for my cat
There's
being
no
very
apologies.
noisy.
People are
She's
happy.
like determined to be on camera now. This one,
Mm-hmm.
she's my little buddy. But yeah,
It's
like
$200. The Power A Fusion wireless in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
I did ask for a. You can ask TornRaptor how it is. I don't know if he's gotten his yet, but he did buy the wireless one. Hello, Riskit. I did ask for a review sample of the wireless one initially, but they have like almost none left. It's been super popular, so that's why I got the wired one. But I will highly recommend if the wireless one is the same as the wired one. It just has an internal battery. Big thumbs up if it's a decent price.
A controller that's not going to fall apart on me, man.
Hall effect ones are the way to go. Also,
Like, you
as
know,
I've shown,
my
I'll
Elite.
show again. It's got the party trick. Boop, short stick. Boop, long stick. All you do is twist.
I fixed my Elite, but I had to break it to fix it.
You got to pop the
Literally.
faceplate off.
Like, you know the rattle that everyone hears inside their Elites? I discovered what that is.
what is it?
I thought it was the screw. It's not. It's broken plastic.
Yeah.
I discovered that by breaking mine open, and I'm rattling. I'm like, there's the rattle. What is it? So I'm, moving it around to see what falls out. A little piece of plastic came out. I'm like, man,
it's normally just
is
like
that
one
what
of the
that's
little-
been for the last year?
One of the little tabs, especially if somebody ever took the faceplate off and it
Has
just didn't-
broken off.
Yeah.
But all my other tabs broke off as well in trying to get the faceplate off. So I don't even know how I've got it back on.
You've got to be you just very gently get it in and then spudger it very gently.
I
and
was
then you
trying
can
to
pull.
do that, man. It
And
didn't
you
wanna
can't take
come
the whole
out.
thing off or else the wires will pop off too, which you don't want.
No, I did. I took the whole thing off.
No, well, you might have lost some wires.
No, I didn't. And then all of a sudden, my bumper went back into place, and now my bumper's okay.
Oh man,
Like it's just, oh my god, those
I might have a go at
controllers.
taking a crop.
It's like, why don't they fix it? Because people buy more. They're not going to fix it next gen. Nintendo's not going to have better controllers this gen.
I don't know. I fully
Everything's
expect
going to keep
Microsoft-
break.
Next gen, Microsoft will have Hall effects,
No.
gyro.
God, I
Oh,
hate
they will
those.
have
They will.
haptics. They'll have other stuff. I don't know about Hall effect
Yes.
because then people won't keep buying it.
Or reserve Hall effect for the Elite Series 3. whatever that's
Maybe,
on.
but then like that's always the thing.
I
The
just-
DualSense Edge. What did they do? They didn't do Hall effect. They let you buy new modules. So letting you spend more. You're not going to spend more if it's Hall effect. That's just the truth of it. And that's all they care about.
I want Microsoft. Don't worry. Scrap all those machines that you show in your little fluffy video that pushes a button 1,000 times. Give your controller to me. Let me play Rocket League for 1,000 hours, and then we'll see if your controller can withstand actual play. And if your controller can survive me playing Rocket League for 1,000 hours, you're good to go. Put it to market.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, if it falls apart, like all these do, keep working at it.
I've gotten roughly 1,000 hours out of every single one of these I've had. It would be nice to get way more though. But yes, Stalker 2.
So yes,
Is great.
Stalker 2.
Fantastic game.
Stalker 2.
Stalker 2. Don't play it.
Yes, like I said, I understand there's that's what I mean. It's not black or white. There's a lot of stuff. In the end, you're paying for a product. No one made the devs release it now, but we also don't know the circumstances for why they had to release it now. It is a unique situation.
Yeah. They were years
and
into
I just
delaying
wish,
it. Yeah.
yes, and I just wish the reviewers that I see posting on Twitter would have a little bit more empathy for the situation before saying some of the things they are saying.
Yeah,
I just wish.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But yeah, there you go. That's everything we've been playing. Delightfully. So I guess we should probably talk about, video game news. And I'll tell you what we've not been playing. I'll tell you what we've not been fucking playing. In
We
any
haven't played Avowed.
not even a smidge of it. We haven't played Avowed.
No.
And I was very happy. Like I joked about being annoyed, but like there were some tiny channels that got Avowed previews, like 200-300 subs in the oddly enough, mostly in Australia. Like so, US PR, European PR, and Australian PR definitely seem to have a lot of spots open. But we're UK because of this fine governor up here, and they didn't seem to have much.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's not their fault. I'm not angry at them. I'm just like,
Man, nobody does.
again,
4K.
I said it on headlines. We exist to cover the platform for you, the community, and when we can't, it's jarring. Especially as this year feels like we turned that corner of, for the most part, like getting to do stuff like that. But yeah, it does look great though.
It looks
for those
awesome.
that are into their RPGs. Yeah, I had that control in it, classic with the corkscrew.
That is the material that every single controller in existence should be made of. It doesn't cop any of the oils from your hands. It resists all the oils from your hands. It doesn't wear. It doesn't anything. This, I don't know what Microsoft has used for this, but I used this controller a lot prior to the Xbox One coming out,
Mercury-based
and
paint.
it still doesn't have any of the oils or anything. Look at it. That's years of use. I don't know what the hell this bastard is made of.
Nick has fapped into that thing 100 times. Not a single scratch.
Oh, my God. Thousands.
So yeah, Avowed, not for Nick, probably not for John, definitely for me, looks amazing. It is going to be a shorter, more linear RPG. It's not going to be this enormous thing. It is really heavy on choice in a way I think things like Starfield even weren't as heavy on, or Dragon Age, where choice matters, but you are funneling to a specific end. This is more in the way of focused on. I never took mine out of the box. It's actually like right behind me up there.
I have a boxed one as well.
Yeah.
Is this
bought
Nick's like attempt to not make us talk about Avowed? He's like, I don't care.
Oh no,
about
because he
Avowed.
doesn't
I'm
want
gonna
you to
show
actually get
pads."
to go to bed on time.
Oh, he's trying to.
I'm not
tangent.
talking. I'm letting you guys
But
talk.
yeah.
I'm just showing the viewers
From everything,
controllers. You guys keep talking.
I'm very annoyed that most websites just don't do 4K. And I fully get why. I just wish I had 4K footage to show. Avowed looks awesome. There's lots of previews up, including one. I don't know what the Xbox Wire got it. So the Xbox Wire has a preview. You essentially are only making yourself either as a human or an elf. You can only change your head and your face for the most part, because they were, as a much smaller team, focused on making sure all of the animations looked right. Looks pretty gosh darn freaking pretty. They are, I think, in an earlier version of Unreal Engine 5. So it's not like all the bells and whistles. It might be 4. There was some game recently that was only 4, but I can't remember what it is. But I didn't get to play this one, so I don't know.
South of Midnight is Unreal 4.
South of Midnight, there it is. Yeah. So this is earlier version. We should be on the review list in case anyone's curious. Like we're normally pretty good for that. It's actually harder to get previews for some reason. And I will review it mainly on PC, but I will play the shit out of it on console and have a ton of footage for that. So please don't yell at me like I know you're going to, but I got a good PC, so I want to see it there. It is a heavily choice-laden RPG set in the Pillars of Eternity Aora universe. It is first or third person. Looks quite nice
Is it
in both.
officially set in Pillars of Eternity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, sorry. I got mixed up between Pillars of Eternity and Path of Exile.
Oh yeah,
I got my POEs. I got my POEs mixed up.
it's not on the docket, but Path of Exile 2 looks fucking amazing, and I'm on the list to get a code for that instead of spending $30. So I would definitely stream the shit out of that one if I can in December. Yeah, this game looks awesome. Just looks. I don't know. Maybe it will be. Maybe it sucks. I have no idea. Every preview I read was really positive, except for the Remap Radio one from PoderickPayne. He was saying the combat's not good, which was very opposite of what everyone else said. But hey, you don't always. If everyone agreed, it would be boring. And
That's
you gotta
Don't go
speak
on the
your
keyboard.
truth. Yeah. Don't yell at him. He just didn't like it. It's fine. Even like the kind of funny guys who normally aren't really into this genre, like Blessing was really into it in a way I was surprised with. Looks real nice. I haven't fully played all of Pillars, but I've read all of it and watched all of it. But I am going to try and get through and maybe stream some more before this one hits in January, so I can feel
that's a good
refreshed.
shout. It's a remarkable improvement over what we've seen previously in terms of like just the vibrancy of it, the art style, the environments. They all look great. Obsidian, just let them cook. Let them cook.
And
It's a
TornRaptor
good
liked
thing.
our preview the best, so that's all I needed to hear.
Thanks, Torn. Consider this our preview. Our preview of the previews looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
read a lot of previews, watched Colts and watched everyone's previews, and like, yep, this game looks way better than I remember. It'll definitely be 60 FPS for me on PC. I don't know what it's going to be on Xbox. I would actually really hope they go for 40. I did recommend 40 mode in Outlaws to you, and it is my
Well,
preferred.
Is it 40?
Oh, does it
Because
not have one?
the menu just says performance or quality.
Oh, maybe they. Okay, so I think they talked about one, but it's not there.
It's got a performance mode in it. It's
yeah.
fine for
Yeah,
me.
no, it looks a
I'm
lot
like,
better
I've got
than
a
it did at
VRR
launch.
TV though, so it's
My cat just jumped through a door that was like this wide, and he's pretty big. Yeah, Starfield is the one that definitely has. I would always recommend the 40 FPS mode on console because the lighting's way better. But yeah, no, this looks awesome. We'll see what the performance ends up being like on Xbox. I will let you know in the many hours I play on it because as a first-party launch title, unlike Stalker 2, it will be full-on play anywhere. So it's also on BattleNet, which is kind of weird and cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why
Really
not?
random.
Yeah. And then people were like, oh yeah, this means they're going to move everything to BattleNet. And I'm like, have you seen BattleNet? Do you know how the Xbox UI works? Like the back end on Xbox is literally entirely tied to what they have. You would lose everything and go into a UI and a back end that does like 20 games. And you're going to bring
The internet.
7,000 over. It's like, no, they're not going to use BattleNet.
It likes to make assumptions about things.
But they're like, hey, if you want to
So-
buy this shit on BattleNet, feel free. Also, it will tie into your Game Pass account. Like they already have it there, so it's not a crazy thing with how many people use BattleNet.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks really good. I'm excited to play it and give it a 10. I mean, what?
Mega boost. Mega
Mega
boost.
Mega
Mega
boost.
That was surmised as a possible name we could change to Mega Boost. If we ever
We were
take
talking
Xbox
about
out
it on
of the name.
yesterday's stream that we could change our name to Mega Boost.
But we've now said it in public, so
Megaboost.com.
it's too late.
Yeah,
Mega
it's
Boost
probably already
podcast.
been nabbed. Will you
reckon?
decide where you want to sit? All right, because there isn't convenient in any
Mega
way,
Boost
shape, or
is
form.
being sat on for 400 grand US.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mega
Really?
Boost.
Yeah, that's their request to buy megaboost.com.
Do you want to know my first Google result when I typed in Mega Boost?
XboxEra.com.
It's xbox.com WWE 2K23 My Rise Mega Boost for Xbox One.
There you go.
Wow.
That's the first result that
that
came
means
up.
2K would definitely sue us.
Whilst we were talking about Avowed and you were showing off controllers, Risk It for the Biscuit had a little something to say about controllers.
Controllers, yeah. Risk it. Xbox needs to use metal cages in their controllers. I don't know, man. They need to use something because these Elite controllers, I'm so tired of spending that much money on a controller where as soon as a cool breeze comes through my window, the controller goes, fuck it, I'm out, and just shits itself. I'm so over it because oh my God, it's just so disappointing. I think we also have a community question about
Yeah, we've got a couple about Avowed.
Avowed, don't we?
They're in
I believe
the
they
showrunner, both of them,
they
I
are
think.
in the whatever the heck you call it, the thingy on Google as well. So
Yeah,
the
the
showrunner.
I gotta find them there.
Yeah, there's two. It's the last one and the second one on the
Yep,
form.
I am on to number 2 from one lovely Omen.
Omen. The first one's from Omen. So Avowed is looking pretty great. And according to Phil, the delay wasn't because the time is needed, and now February is looking quite crowded. What do you think of the chances that Microsoft shadow drops Avowed a little early, maybe during a January Dev Direct?
They cannot shadow drop it. They are offering early access for people who buy the deluxe edition. 5 full days, so it'll be out on the 13th for early access, and out on the 18th for 5-day late day one access. It's out 1 day after Shadows. It's out
But
roughly a week or two before 7 other big releases. But for Microsoft, they look at it from the Game Pass perspective. So they're more interested in what they can do. They can't control third-party partners, so it was never going to move.
Yeah.
but what
It's
if
not
the
gonna
shadow
happen.
drop is for the early access?
Nah,
No.
not happening. They've advertised it.
The
They've
moment-
got a steel
yeah.
book. It's not.
The moment
it's
you
not gonna be
set a
shadow
date
drop.
like that, and you're it's not just same day for everyone. Yeah, there's no way.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Next
funny,
one.
and Amit was in kind of funny chat with me as I was trying to explain the delay to Barrett Courtney, their producer, who's a cool guy. That it wasn't because they really didn't want to believe that it was delayed over quality. It's like, well, they're going to take advantage of having more time. But like you see the state the game's in now, and this was an older build. Like I think it probably would have been fine. The main thing this will benefit is maybe getting performance mode of some sort.
What's Obsidian's reputation in this sphere? In terms of releasing buggy games, solid games? I don't know. I don't think I've
Depends
ever
on
played an
the
Obsidian game
time and
before.
budget they're given by the publishers they have. So generally, they've been given jack shit time especially by when they did Knights of the Old Republic 2. They made that in what, a year and a half, which is insane for one of those games and how complicated they are. So it was a buggy mess at launch.
New Vegas as well was
mhm.
remarkably short dev time.
Yeah, it was supposed to be an expansion, and then Todd liked it, despite what everyone wants to think, and gave it more and said, "Hey, make it bigger," but not with a lot more time, because
Yeah.
But yeah,
But they do have a reputation for incredible writing and quest design and choice systems.
and
And
you
stuff
see something
that.
like Pentiment, which was just god tier, but also smaller in scope, so it was easier. Now that they're under Xbox, it definitely feels like they just have more time. Like having time to do Grounded the way they did never would have happened in the past. So
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I've
good.
only played one Obsidian game.
it doesn't
one?
shock me.
South Park Stick of Truth.
Hmm.
That's
Did
the
you ever
only
play either of the KOTORs?
I
No,
just
those would
said
not be
I've
for him.
played one of their games, and the second
Wow.
one, the first one wasn't them. The second
Yeah, I
one
know, but
was.
did you not play the first? You didn't play the
No,
first
he
one
didn't. That's what he's saying.
Mm-mm.
Shocked.
No,
No, but those would
just
not
South
be
Park
for
Stick
him.
of Truth, which was great. Love Stick of Truth. Good game.
Struth, like the Baldur's Gate
Stick of
games.
Truth.
Yeah,
Did I say Stick of Truth?
yeah.
Did I?
Struth!
Stick of Truth.
Oh
got my
man,
words
I wonder
mixed
why
up.
people think we're old.
You never
grumpy,
played Alpha
curmudgeonly
Protocol?
bastards.
Which one's Alpha
Is
Protocol?
that's the shooty Metroidvania espionage RPG one.
No, I played the one where you're shooting robots a little bit. The one that Sega did. Oh wait, Sega did Alpha Protocol.
Yeah, the Obsidian made it for Sega. Here, people
Then
can-
maybe I've played a little bit of Alpha Protocol. I think.
yeah, it's like
There's one that I
that one
own on
just came
Steam.
back on GOG because they got it out of like licensing. A group of fans got it out of licensing hell. It wasn't the Metroidvania one I was
Wait,
thinking of, but
Which one's Binary Domain? Oh, Binary Domain's the one I've played.
okay, yeah,
Not Alpha
I don't know why I said
Protocol.
this one was Metroidvania. Alpha Protocol was the shootery one.
Yeah, no, it's Binary Domain that I've
Yeah,
played, not
okay.
Alpha Protocol.
Yeah.
Because that's Sega as well, isn't it? Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
so. Yeah, I
Binary
think so.
Domain's
Sega
Sega
was
as well.
doing a lot of publishing with various people for a little while. Still
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
There's another one on Avowed.
Yeah, I kept talking over him when he tried to get to it.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
By Grand Benefactor, Assassin. Hello to John, Nick, and Jesse. John, we're still waiting on your preview for Avowed. I'm just kidding, lol. Smiley face. I said during headlines on Thursday, but Avowed looks amazing. I think Obsidian is finally getting past the criticism of tone and the combat weightiness that has plagued the game the past couple of years. It was apparently supposed to come out this month, but Microsoft delayed it to February. That being said, since February is so packed, ironically, by some of the same games Xbox is trying to get away from, do you think it's in their best interest to push to March or even April? I really think Microsoft should give Avowed time to shine, but you can't do that as a new IP when going against Assassin's Creed, Monster Hunter, and Like a Dragon.
I think
Thank
you're
you
gonna
guys for all the hard work you do.
You're gonna be with me, Nick. No, because it seems pretty likely that South of Midnight's probably April because that's when the friggin' soundtrack's coming out. Then
Yes,
Doom
I
is
have a
probably
sneak
right
peek.
after that, and then they've got
What
15
about March,
other
though?
things.
What about March, though? Why can't you have Avowed in March with South
It's
of Midnight
set.
in April?
Like it's already, and they said it before everything gave its date, but they have said it. Like it was. I know some people said that the February date was new, but it wasn't. They said February back in like August. Like they gave this February 18th date a long time ago. And it depends what is, and it's not even third party. It's what is their Game Pass slate. So we don't know what March might have, or April, or May, or anything. I
no, but
I just
I
don't
think
know.
that like
That's
March
the
should
rub.
be possible.
It depends if they've got something big coming in March.
In-
I mean, hang on, they've got Atomfall in
March,
oh, is
March
it
30th. Yeah.
That's a Game Pass game, and you've got to think. And I get it. I get why people are asking this question because they want to see Obsidian succeed, right? They
Mhm.
want to see Obsidian's game come out, succeed, be popular. Great. So do we, right? I don't think there's any argument against that. But unfortunately, they're coming out in a month where there's some
I love
heavy
this guy.
hitters. But what they have got on their side versus those heavy hitters is that they're in a subscription that has 30 odd million
And
people in
it's
it.
kind of crazy. There's already, so January, February, and March already have 4 games. January has Sniper Elite Resistance. February 18th, Avowed. So January 30th, Sniper Elite Resistance. February 18th, Avowed. March 27th, Atomfall, because I think there's 3-day early access. And then March is also going to be Football Manager 25 because that got delayed. Like they've already got quite a bit. There's 33 Immortals had leaked as being in January. And then they said it was going to be delayed to January to 2025, but they haven't said exactly when that one's launching. There's Towerfall. There's Doom the Dark
Towerborn?
Ages. Or
I know, I understand, but
Towerborn. Yeah, like there's a lot of
I
stuff that
get
feels
Assassin's
early in the year
sentiment.
already.
I know, but I get his sentiment.
Yeah, I think we all do.
I understand the sentiment. Because we
Let's replace
Jesse and I, and maybe John, because John and I haven't talked about it, Jesse and I are fairly confident that South of Midnight will be in April.
Yeah, it would
So-
be weird to be out after the official soundtrack vinyl releases.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So
And they've got
that's
MLB. Like, there's a lot that seems very likely for early in the year. The Altars got delayed from late this year, so it could be
That's a
early
Game
next
Pass
year.
game.
That's a Game Pass game I own because they gave it a 98 Xbox at its original release date and didn't take it off. It doesn't give you the game; it just gives you the pre-stub. But I own it, so I'll have it. I can review it, no problem now.
That's funny. I mean, what's coming out in February again? We've got Assassin's Creed Shadows, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Civ 7, Monster Hunter Wilds, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Avowed, and there's probably more I'm missing. There's a lot.
So, how are we going to do that?
Us. So Ursul's going to do Civ 7. I'm going to do Avowed. Depending on when they give Assassin's Creed, it will be either me or Fairy, probably Fairy. I'm going to do Monster Hunter Wilds, and if Rare is still alive, he would probably want to do Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza.
I'll throw my hat in the ring for Assassin's Creed if the need arises.
You would have to. So I still really want to do it because it's one of my favorite series. of all time.
I'm not going to step into the
But
ring unless needed.
it's
but-
and I'll do South of Midnight.
no
No.
one wants to. What did you think of the story, Nick?
What did you think of this game that's mostly about the story that they've said in previews, where it's mainly a story game?
Fun game.
I'm doing South of Midnight.
That's John's funny joke. He's already taken like half of the things coming out from Xbox. Give him a 10 for the Mega Boost.
Yeah, Mega Boost, mate. Fable 10.
Mega Boost.
Indie.
It is funny whenever we
Jesse
joke
and I,
about how much there is.
We voted.
Yeah.
We
I had to
voted
fight Nick
yesterday
on the Mega Boost, but then the crowd wanted
the
a Mega
chat was
Boost.
all like, Mega Boost, Mega Boost, vote for the Xbox games.
Oh,
So we
man.
did our civic duty, and we
Beautiful.
voted for almost all the Xbox games and Balatro.
Nick and I went to couples counseling, so we'd stop arguing, so we'd stop losing patrons. I
It's
still,
beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
I would say, after most shows, and even after like yesterday and all that, Nick and I just hang out and talk a lot, and we talk all the time, and we are friends. So we are shooting the shit and shitting on each other jokingly, just to let anyone know. Like I said it on headlines one day, and someone's like, "It was really nice to hear because it really felt like you two hate each other." It's like, oh shit, we don't.
Yeah, it's,
Man,
We hate John,
why?
but we don't tell him that.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nick, you look a little red.
Do I?
Yeah, a little
I
tiny.
know.
Certain lighting angles that hit you.
Maybe.
Just
we
changing
got
the
a comment
subject.
that
is
said
warm in here.
like we have no charisma and
Yeah, I mean you don't.
you know we have little to sell in entertainment.
Mm.
And I'm like,
I don't know. Apparently, I got told I have enough charisma to do my own show.
You have
Really?
charisma.
The Riz.
I mean, if you're doing a Nintendo show, it's probably just
Skibbity
going to be
toilet.
you.
What the Sigma?
But if you hate charisma and want to just throw your money into the vacuum, please go to patreon.com/XboxEra. For the price as low as a little of a cup of coffee a month, you too can waste your money on a bunch of idiots.
yeah, it's true. Awesome. Yeah, Avowed looks cool.
Yeah,
Shame we didn't get to see
I
ourselves.
really hope we get 3+ weeks on that one. When one's been delayed not for technical issues, and it's like this, hey, your choices really matter. I would very badly want to play through it at least a couple times. So that would be nice to have that time frame. Also, it would make it easier for me to do Assassin's Creed. Or
Yeah, a chunky amount of time.
if Ubisoft is nice to us, we all do Assassin's Creed. I'd be up for it.
yeah,
Even if it's not a
that'd
co-op
be
game, I don't
easier.
give a shit. We can all play it, and one takes the
They're
lead.
usually a bit
and-
more generous when it's not a licensed
Yeah,
title.
that's how I'm curious about indie. Those licensed titles, Phil was talking about it. They're a bitch. Licenses are
Yeah.
rough, man. Like, why don't you do more
Um,
licensed games? It's because look at the contract that came out around Spider-Man. Holy crap. Disney has Sony. Everyone's like, oh, Sony got it because they've got the movie rights. It's like, no. Disney is just squeezing their spider balls nonstop over that deal.
What a gross mental image.
24% of everything, and then like half of all hardware that's the Spider-Man play. It's like, oh my God, those numbers.
Wow. In terms of other news,
Hmm.
Microsoft came out this week with a little surprise. Hey, you can play
Not a surprise.
50 games on the clouds that you own that aren't in Game Pass, which is
Mhm.
really good.
It's really bad
Including Balatro.
because Balatro is one of them. So
Yeah.
now it's like,
but it doesn't have touch support,
Yeah.
No, that's so disappointing.
which is, yeah.
You know what does? And it's really well done. And it's not a part of this, but Genshin Impact. It's literally the mobile UI. So
That's
it's
good, that's
perfect.
clever.
It plays incredibly well on the cloud because of that. But yeah, Balatro not having even the ability to just turn on the controller overlay is
Yeah.
disappointing.
Even the overlay.
Yeah. It's very, very
I'm like,
bit of a
come
miss.
on,
Maybe they'll sort
seriously?
it.
Also, can you
I'm
not,
also like,
can you not play this through the app? Do you have to go on the website? Because I've tried through the app and it never shows up for me to actually load any.
Like,
What's
what's
wrong
wrong?
with the app?
Because like I have to go to the website and use xbox.com/play, and then it's just there and I can do it. Like if I just
Hmm.
go in and
Well,
like,
yeah, because if they can do it through the website and you do the web app, why would they bother developing an app for Android?
they have an app. They have the Xbox app and everything's in the Xbox app. But then when you try to actually
Oh.
load a game, oh, this app is actually down right now. Oh, there it goes. But like so, it is just pulls up the web page. But if you say click Genshin, it's just install to. It's not play, even though it is the
Hmm.
web app. But if I go in on the web app, it is play. It's really weird.
Weird.
I don't know why I have to use the website.
Jason, member for 7
Ooh.
months, said play the Rumour Mill track. Don't worry, Jason. It's being heard later.
Hmm Don't leave after the. Don't leave
Yeah.
after what name a game. I was gonna say what year, my dear. But oh wow, I
Being
got right in.
played later.
I'm gonna play
You'll
some
hear it.
Genshin. I'm gonna do a Jez.
Yeah, just sit there, clickety,
Mhm.
clickety, click. So yeah, Xbox did that. That's pretty cool.
It's 51
You know,
games because people found that Guardians of the Galaxy was there too, even though it wasn't listed originally.
how strange.
50 sounds better.
That's
I
going
like
to
that.
grow.
Oh yeah,
That's going to grow.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
it's the thing we talked about before. It's finding all the storage for it because you realize they have to, in the 30 something markets they have to get high speed storage that fills all of those games in there. So
God Warrior makes me laugh
Hmm?
in the chat. God Warrior. You know that dude that was in the chat yesterday during our
Oh, yeah.
stream and he was like always super jazzed and super pumped?
mhm.
Makes me laugh.
He's good with his emojis.
Yeah. He's always like super pumped and super excited and super jazzed.
It's good to be
Should have
super
seen him
pumped and
yesterday in the
super jazzed.
chat. It's so funny.
Yeah, you guys did the Game Awards 2024 nominees voting on
Oh.
behalf of
Yeah.
the megaboost.com website.
Yes.
Oh, Nick, by the
Jesse
way,
and I
in
were
chat.
representing Xbox Era.
Better xCloud website lets you use touch controls on all cloud games. So look that up, find it out, and you'll be able to play Blatro with cloud touch. Touch the cloud.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
have to admit, I looked at the list you guys produced, and outside of my, out of the available ones that I could vote
I
for
wish I
Game
had
of the
that
Year,
list.
it would have been
Sure.
Blatro. But outside of that, I think you guys did a fucking bang up job.
Yeah, it was mostly.
I know I
said
wasn't.
Blatro for
I
Game of the
wasn't
Year. Jesse
welcome.
wanted Metaphor.
Yeah, I know I wasn't welcome to come and join you. I'm fine with it.
You're never
know?
available.
you were gonna
Every
say
time
that.
we
I
ask you to
knew
do
you were gonna
something,
say
you're not
that.
around. I've got kids.
You two
No, I was kid-free
do
Friday
so
night,
much
mate.
without me.
You were kid free and we
This
could barely
was
record anything.
one thing.
You're barely
I know,
around.
I know,
One
sweetheart.
thing.
It's okay. I was joshing. It's all
Oh
good.
yeah, this is one of those things. We're not actually angry. You gotta let people know.
I'm not actually mad. Not actually mad. Enjoy a Friday night. Chilled out. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ben Angelo. That hasn't happened to me for a long time. Is that still happening to you? That actually has not happened to me for a long time. Hey, Joaquin Branch is back. About fucking time, dick.
Yeah, he did pop up earlier on and be like, "Hey, Nick, come back." Sorry,
yeah,
should've
I
called
hadn't
it
seen
out.
him for ages, and then again, I saw him in Jez and Rand's chat.
But
and I'm like,
I
"Man,
have
you
put the
fucker."
Game Awards. When I wrote awards, I wrote two S's. But yeah, we did our stream. The Game Awards nominees are up. They're mostly bad, because it's generally. And I said cultural zeitgeist. Hey, God Warrior with a new message up. Like
Yeah.
Roman from WWE 1. Cool face, cool face, cool face,
Pony's
cool
getting
face.
snapped
Monocle,
today.
monocle, 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 pony, 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 pony. Pony's getting
Makes
snapped
me
today. Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face, laughing face. But yeah, we went through the Game Awards. It is the same thing as every year. What did the select judges play? They can't play everything. So most of the things that are going to get nominated are games that just hit with
Oh, should
that.
we just talk about that?
That is the next news story. That's why he was bringing it up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's why our vote card is up. You can go through and look. You
Yeah.
will see there's Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is in there 3 times, along with Melina Jurgens, who,
Boost.
and I say no matter what,
Had to.
Melina Jurgens had an advantage because we got to see her actually doing that performance, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I broke Nick's mind by saying that, by the way, if you've beaten Hellblade 2 and done the other playthroughs and you get more context on what was going on, and he was like, I haven't beat it yet. I was
I
like,
haven't
what
beat
the
it.
fuck? Like 4.5 hours.
I haven't beaten Smurfs. I haven't beaten.
He's too busy
Hellblade
playing Twitter,
2.
mate.
I haven't beaten so many games. So many games. I start games and don't finish games.
Oh, also, if you ever play Genshin Impact on here, there's a little button in the bottom right you have to hit right here, and that actually starts it up, and I always forget about that.
I'm disappointed y'all didn't vote for Pecora. What's Pecora?
I'm guessing an esport person would be my guess.
Yeah.
We-
The likelihood is there, Big Pappy Senpai. None of us know who any of those people
You
are.
can go and watch the stream. It was, I literally did Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and Faker was
None of us
the end.
know.
We
Yeah.
didn't know who any of the esports people were.
There's a
We
UI.
didn't know who any of the esports teams were. We didn't know who any of the content
Whee!
creators were. It was just
Look, I'm playing Genshin.
Yep. this person.
It's got
Yep,
the full
that
touch
team.
UI. I killed
Yep.
a guy. I can't see what I'm doing, really.
Impressive.
But yeah.
I picked my esports team based on the game they represented. I'm like, I've played Counter-Strike, that team. Because I hadn't played any
Fair
of
enough.
the other games.
Fair enough.
The VTuber. I've never watched
shit.
a VTuber in my life. I've never even seen a VTuber live.
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's a thing?
isn't a VTuber where a person disguises themselves as a cartoon
Yeah,
character?
you're
Yeah,
using
they have
a
like a little
um,
animation.
you're using a
with their face
VR
being
rig
registered.
essentially, or a camera rig that reads your movements and gives you an animated avatar of your choosing to actually show off. Look at this.
Fair enough. I've never watched a live VTuber, so
I'm doing it.
you'll have to apologize.
Super chat.
Okay.
Speaking of awards at the Game Awards that we voted on, Jesse and I both, that was probably the one award. Oh, no, not the one. There was actually 3 or 4 that we agreed straight away without like any kind of debate.
Oh, the Balatro
All the
on the
ones
indies
pretty much
was
that
every time.
Balatro
Yeah.
was involved in,
Yeah.
and then Fallout, the TV show. So Jason with the super chat, best adaptation of
going
the
it.
decade, Halo TV show.
I think we should talk about that, right?
About what?
We should talk about Halo.
Why not talk about
they should
our
redo the song
winner,
from
the Mega Boost, wherever it
Yeah.
is. Where is it?
Fallout.
They
It
should
is
change
Fallout.
that song in Encanto to "We Don't Talk About Halo."
We
Instead
don't,
of we don't talk about Bruno.
Halo,
We don't talk about Halo.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
not.
We voted Fallout for best adaptation because it's the only thing Nick had potentially even heard of, let alone watched any of.
Yeah,
But Fallout was good though.
It was great.
Fallout was good.
It would be my vote anyways, but I have not seen the newer Arcane, which I've heard is amazing. And boy, Ursula is begging me to watch Arcane so we can do like a Patreon-only breakdown talk of the whole series once it's all out. So I refuse to
seen it.
because I don't want to make him happy.
That's,
No, I
that's
definitely
me.
won't do it because my child wants me to. So no.
But yeah,
I
like
reckon
I agree
that-
with a lot of your takes. Best art direction, Neva. Audio design, Hellblade 2. Accessibility, Dragon Age. Best ongoing, Fortnite. These are all
Well,
accurate in my opinion. I think.
Where Jesse and I disagreed. So, for example, most anticipated game, I had Metroid Prime 4.
Fair.
Not really.
Jesse, no, I gave perfectly sound reasons for why I felt it was the most
Doesn't-
anticipated game.
Doesn't sell shit.
It wasn't just, oh, my opinion. I tried to back up my argument.
It's going to sell 3 million compared to a game that's going to sell 400 million.
We left it. So where there was debate between 2 choices, we let the chat decide. So Jesse
And
would
they-
put a poll up, and they would vote.
Nick, who did they side with every single time?
I think there was like one time where my choice won.
Yeah, just
One
one.
time. Yeah. And one of those times was Prince of Persia, to be fair.
Mhm.
So I was very disappointed that, they didn't
And
support
that was
Prince
best
of Persia.
accessibility, and it was Prince of Persia was my number 2. It's great the way they let you do the stuff, but Dragon Age I think is just a little ahead overall. They're
So
phenomenal
disappointed not
category.
to see Prince of Persia Game of the Year, man.
yeah.
Like, come on, Jeff. Like,
Do
It's-
we want to go
I-
over the actual nominees to show people in case they haven't seen?
Yeah, you did it in the stream, right? Otherwise, that's a really long stream.
Well, I mean, just I'll
there
show.
was a little bit of
I'll
what?
show the Game
The-
Awards.
there was a little bit of debate over most anticipated game and the fact that like not a single, no Fable,
No Fable, South of
no,
Midnight.
like, come on, man.
I mean, look. I mean, I'm
How
sure
many
most of
people
them
are
in their
actually
ranges.
anticipating Death Stranding 2? Come
Well,
on, man.
apparently it's judging by my Twitter feed, lots of Xbox fans of Death Stranding right now. So I imagine it's quite anticipated.
I'm talking
there
about
is-
anticipating. Like,
There is a community question on the most anticipated of the Game
Oh
Awards.
shit! Where is
we
it?
have- yes,
Forums
we-
or Discord or
It's
Google?
a forum one.
Forum one. All right.
yeah, we have forum.
Skedaddle.
Skedaddle. His subject is the Game Awards and the most anticipated game. Hey guys. Xbox notably missed out on having any titles in the most anticipated game category at the Game Awards this year. Do you feel that games like Avowed, Doom, The Dark Ages, Fable, or South of Midnight have been unfairly overlooked? While not all 4 necessarily needed a nomination, wouldn't at least one of them have been deserving of recognition?
I think
Yes.
the only one I think that could have possibly made it in this group that judges.
Is Fable.
No, it's Doom.
Doom.
Oh,
Yeah,
Doom.
'cause-
Yeah,
Oh,
Doom.
right.
As far as like, because Doom Eternal was enormous. So it was like a massive hit, a huge seller. It was actually
Yeah.
played by a lot of people. Fable's been a very long time since it came out. The other two are,
But that's why it should be so anticipated, because it's Fable,
But
and
it's-
it's been so long.
but it's not an old PlayStation and Nintendo IP coming back. It's an old Xbox IP coming back, and I just don't think that's ever going to get it. I do think that Doom is the one that would have realistically had a chance compared to these other games.
We have a request from Xbox
Yeah, I'm
Series
already doing it.
CEO TornRaptor.
The
So
only
we're gonna put a
issue,
poll up.
you only get 4 items in a poll on YouTube. It's shit. Like you,
Okay, well, of the first
Like,
party ones we
yeah.
know are scheduled
Death-
for
Death
it's more than
Stranding
4,
2.
funny.
Death Stranding 2 is the only one I take issue with.
Yeah.
The other 4, totally get it. Like Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Tsushima was a sleeper hit, and it's one of those games where people have, how there are some games where as time goes on, people look at them even more and more fondly, and then so Ghost of Yotei, totally get it. GTA 6, duh. Monster Hunter Wilds, yes, not my cup of tea, but that
Pull up.
IP has grown immensely to become basically Capcom's biggest, so I get it.
You might
Metroid
like
Prime
that game,
4,
Nick.
obviously.
That game is almost entirely gameplay focused. Like I fully recommend skipping the
What?
cutscenes in Monster Hunter because they are shit.
I've tried Monster Hunter games and they're not for me.
Yeah.
They're too clunky and they're too.
Did you play World or did you play a different one?
I played other ones.
World is very different from the other ones are portable first. They're smaller in scope and very different in setup. Worlds was vastly different than other Monster Hunter games. If I can get you a code, if I get a bunch of codes for Wilds, maybe I'll try. Give me one. You can give it a go. It's a lot of fun.
There was one that I played a demo for. There was one that I recently, in the last year or two, played a demo for. They released a demo for it. It was like everyone was really anticipating.
well, the latest
Frozen
one, Frozen Wilds didn't have a demo. The latest one was on Game Pass. Monster Hunter Rise.
There was one that there was a demo of.
That was
and I tried
Wilds,
the
but that was only a
demo.
month ago.
No. There was another one. I know, because
Mhm.
I created a cat and did my character and everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried it, and I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, the poll is
It's just
up.
not for me.
If you have a different choice, just say it in chat. We only get 4 choices on YouTube, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
it's
can
close
see
for me
someone
between
in
South of
chat.
Midnight and Doom.
Abdul114 says Tom Warren reported that Gears of War E-Day was supposed to launch in 2025. He says here it's supposed to launch before Fable. I mean, would that surprise everyone? We rock around to the January developer direct, if there is one this year coming or next year coming, and boom, coalition, and we can. Ooh, is that going to be a surprise, or is everyone kind of expecting?
I would
that? I'm
more
curious.
expect the Gears collection that Nick has promised is going to come out.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It would just make
promised
more
that.
sense to get people back into the IP
Ready.
and give more time. Yeah. I'll also be right back.
But anyway, sorry. Before we dive off of Skedaddle's question, just to kind of wrap up that topic of conversation, I think, and people might disagree with me, but I think it just is very representative of the jury's main places of play.
But my question is, most anticipated game, how do they?
It's
Where
what
do they
that
pluck the
jury is
nominees?
most looking forward to. So they look at all of the games. What are
Really?
they most looking for? Yeah, I think so.
But wouldn't it be so easy just to get Google metrics on something like that?
Yeah. You could just look at who's searched the most or who's got the most views. But what's the point of having
I feel
stuff for a
like-
jury to do the shortlist and then
Because
the
to me,
audience
most
vote?
anticipated should be reflective of the people, of the crowd.
Well, there'll be the people's vote for most anticipated. There normally is one, isn't there? But they'll only
I
be able to
just- I
vote
don't
from
know,
those
like-
games, I think, which is kind of like.
Even, I don't know. I personally feel like Jeff definitely inserted Death Stranding for his buddy. Because
Meow.
even within gaming media, I find it difficult to believe that there are more people in gaming media looking forward to Death Stranding 2 than Fable. And I say this as someone that's not really looking
or
forward
even
to Fable.
Doom. Or even Doom.
Yeah, or even, like, I personally have no real interest in Fable. I didn't play Fable 2. I played like half an hour of Fable 3. Fable 1's the only one I played a decent amount of. So I'm not even a massive Fable fan. But I find it difficult to believe that even within gaming media, more of them are genuinely looking forward to Death Stranding 2 than Fable.
Death Stranding
I-
2's
I
got
just-
the has been in their minds more because it showed stuff in October at Tokyo Game Show, and the how recently have I seen it always matters. Like that's why Metaphor is actually nominated this year because it came out close enough where people have just played it or just heard their friends playing it. It's in their mind. Like people say vast conspiracy, and it is much more recency bias. That is 99% of it. Like,
Yeah.
what have I seen
I don't know,
recently
like-
that either I played or my friends played?
I'm not saying conspiracy.
Oh,
Jeff
I'm talking about
Keighley's
other
best
people.
mates with Kojima, and will
I
do anything
think-
to help Kojima. He'll just chuck it in there.
I don't think it's conspiracy.
show.
Conspiracy is the wrong word. It is just a reflection. It's a reflection of the video game market. The video games industry is a microcosm of that same world. There's not much that can be done to change that. I feel like it would be far more interesting to have a broader selection of platforms for most anticipated, but it is what it is. Grand Theft Auto 6 will win that, surely. In terms of most
100% it will.
anticipated, right?
100%.
So
And remember, for those of you watching, we didn't vote on what we thought would win.
yeah,
We voted on our choices. So what our game of the year was, what our most anticipated, what our, like, based on those selections. So out of those, I said Metroid Prime 4. I didn't play Ghost of Tsushima. I despise how Grand Theft Auto games play. Monster Hunter's not for me. Death Stranding, I have zero interest in. My obvious choice is Metroid Prime 4. Because Metroid Prime is one of the greatest games in the history of video
And
games.
this voting is almost always just what am I into, not what is everyone going to be the most into. Because obviously it's just Grand Theft Auto. Nothing can touch it. Nothing.
Yes.
It's a
Grand Theft
generational
Auto.
title. Like, yeah.
Yes. You know, Grand Theft Auto, if it still comes out next year, you will be playing and rebuying that game till 2025.
Do you think they're going to do the
Maybe
shark card thing?
2030.
I think they will. It's
Of
why
course they
it
will.
sold so much. Like people are like, why does Grand Theft Auto always sell so much? It's not people buying the game. It's people buying bundles that have money for the online mode and include the game because it's cheaper
Yeah,
than
I-
just buying the in-game money.
it's
I'd be
crazy.
surprised if we see single player DLC in a Grand Theft Auto game again.
I think it
Yeah.
would really have to
Don't
come down
expect
to
any
a
single player
top
stuff.
level executive really forcing it and being like, no, I have this. I want to do it. We're going to keep making a ton of money. I'm going to pull a little team aside and we're going to do something. I think that's the only way you get it.
But yeah, there's another community question on the TGAs while we're on the subject.
Who is it from? So I can find it real
It's
quick.
from LeeLayfield on the forums.
The LeeLayfield? Wow, he's the next person too. Thank you, Lee. It's like you worked that out on
Yeah.
purpose.
LeeLayfield. Subject. Tigger.
The Tiggers.
Hey, boys, and special... No special guests. John buggered that up. Here's to a 3-hour
Next
podcast.
week.
Are you expecting any new or updated announcements for Xbox games consoles at the Game Awards? Also, will you drop your predictions? What's that? Sea of Thieves goes to Neverland? I'll be right sooner or later.
The prediction would probably be the weekend before, and we will do a co-stream, which Nick said he will try to be a part of, but it is a work day, so who knows? Probably not.
Wait,
I
what is
think
it? What is
South-
it time-wise?
It's
It's like-
incredibly late for
during
you,
the
John.
day. It's during the day.
So
for
it's
me.
really good
So
time
it's
for
good.
Nick, which means it's bad time for you. It's like
Look, if I can
1
if I
a.m.
can
your
get to
time,
work
John?
from home, if I can get to work from home, I'll try and work something out. If I have to go into the office, then I
It's-
obviously can't be on.
it's going to be myself and Ursel. I'm going to be doing it in StreamYard for the camera and the green screen, so anyone can join or drop whenever, no problems. So if you can be in early, John, but yeah, it's like 1 a.m. to fucking 4 a.m. for you. So
Is it like on a Friday night or something? Into
it is
a
on
weekend,
a
or-
Thursday night,
Thursday.
the 13th, I think it is. Yes, myself and Ursel will be there for sure, and we'll try and Thursday. It might be Friday the 13th. No, Thursday the
I
12th.
Predict,
I don't remember.
or I think we'll get a South of Midnight trailer with a date.
That'd be cool. First half of the year too.
LeeLayfield.
Yeah,
That's what I think. I think that's where we'll get. Because
sometime
the fact
in
that we
April.
didn't get it,
Yeah,
the fact that we didn't get it in that South of Midnight documentary thing, and that documentary so close to the Game Awards,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so the Game Awards is going to have a South of Midnight trailer, and yeah, I think that's what we'll get at the Game Awards.
yeah, makes sense. For once,
What date is it?
I
what date
believe
is
it's the 12th.
The 12th.
Yeah.
Oof,
It's
yeah,
a
that's not
horrible
happening.
time for Europe. Jeff hates
That's
Europe.
not happening. If it was a day where I didn't have to drop the kids off at school the next day, then yeah, I
Yeah,
would
no,
totally
it's a
done it.
very bad day for you. So December
times.
12th, I believe it starts at 8 p.m. I don't remember. It might be 6, but I think it's like 5 p.m. local over there. It literally just says the friggin' Game Awards. What if I click add event to calendar? It is
Surely they wouldn't give Jeff a console again, would they?
6:30 p.m.
No,
to
it's too
10:30
early.
p.m. CST. What is
No,
CST?
like the handheld, let's say. Surely not.
I mean, unless they did like a Project Scorpio type talk tease.
Surely not.
But hey, I mean, that's the one benefit, right? Xbox might not be there much in the big awards that that the Xbox fans want, but they usually show up with some cool shit to show off to make the Game Awards somewhat bearable to watch. So, every cloud.
Okay, so it
Every
would start
xCloud has a
at
green lining. Hey.
John. You're in luck.
Taryn.
It would literally start at 1 a.m. your time. Sorry.
Yeah, Taryn,
Yeah.
wait until he says Jeff Keighley gets to announce Halo
Oh.
drops on PS5
Oh,
today.
mate.
He would
Can you
be
imagine?
grinning ear to ear.
If Jeff ever found out that Halo was coming to PlayStation, and let's say he found out in April, he'd be like, "Don't announce it till the Game Awards. Hold on to it till the Game Awards because I want to announce it at the Game Awards." And you'll see him. He'd be like, "I've got a great story about Xbox. Guess what? Halo's coming to PlayStation. Yeah.
These
That's the
are
best part too."
these are definitely 11%. I've only had one, and boy, Amit Kumar Wukong gets announced for Xbox. Jeff,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Wukong's probably a lock. It would be.
I don't know. It's a lock.
If Jeff
They're
doesn't
gonna have
usher them off.
They're gonna have DLC
Usher
at
him
least,
off
I
the
think.
stage.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but
like.
yeah, I'm
Wuk-
not sure otherwise.
I like Wukong. It is a solid 7.5 to 8 from the. I think I played around 15 hours on PC. It is shocking that game not only is nominated at the Game Awards for Best Game, it won at the Golden Joysticks. I've played at least 15 better games this year. I don't know.
Man, he'd
Opinions,
be
innit?
so excited. He'd be
Opinions.
so excited.
He would be wrapped.
Next news story. Nick, John needs to go to
Imagine
bed.
feeling Master Chief's armor with the chill sense. Wow.
Feel
Feels
with
like
the
metal.
chills.
It feels like metal. Wow.
When he finally
Look at
goes
that.
and takes a shower and shows his ass off, you can just feel all the water
Yeah.
drops hitting him.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Look,
Feel the metal. Wow.
speaking of Sony products like the DualSense,
Ooh, nice segue.
it's the best I could do.
Acquisition
the
season's
circumstances.
back.
Acquisition
With a
season
vengeance.
is
The game I
back.
wanted to vote for, but I could not because you have to play. You literally have to play 50 hours of it before you can get into the actual expansion.
It's back.
Sony are going to probably at this point buy Kadokawa,
gonna
which is
happen.
the parent company of From Software.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mostly,
Who saw this one coming?
They are.
funnily enough,
it makes
Shingy.
sense, doesn't it?
It was Shingy on the on our Discord. He's like talking about their aspirations in anime and manga.
Anime.
Yeah.
This is 100% an anime play. I see all these idiots on Twitter that are like, "Oh, cry Xbox From Software games exclusive." It's like, From Software games don't sell much on Xbox, so it's not gonna change a great deal. Like most From games sell on PlayStation and PC. So even when Sony takes these games off Xbox, from a sales perspective, not much is going to change. But unfortunately, Xbox people will have to get these games on PC or buy a PlayStation. Because Sony will 100% pull these games, like, as in not pull, future
Yeah.
From games will not be coming to Xbox post this acquisition.
And they
You
could
can
probably
bank on that.
It'd be fun if you don't even know for a long time because they do finally go back to the IP that From wouldn't work on because it couldn't be everywhere. Which is
Bloodborne. Yeah,
Bloodborne,
it's an
yeah.
expensive way to get a Bloodborne remaster, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other
Um,
story that came out around this was it wasn't something Sony was directly looking to do. This is actually From potentially trying to avoid a hostile takeover from a South Korean company. And they approached Sony about it because hostile takeovers are very hard to avoid unless you have someone you like
That's
more.
a rumor, though, right?
It is a rumor. Yeah, that's why I said potentially.
Yes.
So,
but this is an
potentially,
anime
yeah.
play. So I am curious, since apparently regulators are all about monopolies, I am curious. Well, isn't it? Isn't that their job? Apparently, it's
still
about
would
consumer
not-
choice and
so-
stopping monopolies.
People say, and it's been very funny to see people say, "Oh, they don't have to get this through in America. This is a Japanese acquisition." It's like, well, ABK and Microsoft are both American companies, and they have to go
American
everywhere.
companies
If you do business
You
in that
actually
company,
did
you
it.
have to have it approved everywhere. That's why they had
in that country.
it would have to be approved. Now, if it takes a while, the FTC is probably going to be a lot more malleable, as if you just send some money, some specific pockets compared to now. But they didn't care. So what Sony would have is a streaming monopoly in the West. So the Japanese government wouldn't care because they don't have that in Japan. They don't have it now. They won't have it
Why
after
don't they
this.
have it in Japan?
Because it's way more complicated on who makes what and where you can access it. Like one of the reasons a lot of anime has been less adult focused, like Ninja Scroll and that type of stuff, is because generally it's all on TV.
yeah.
Like, so even Attack on Titan was on TV in the mornings in Japan, and you wouldn't get it to stream in America until later that day. So there's a very different setup in Japan and Southeast Asia for all of this. They do have essentially a streaming monopoly in the West, but the FTC didn't seem to care. Maybe they would now, but I don't know that they will next year. It depends on what pockets are greased. So it'll be very interesting to see. But
I've already seen in the chat. I'm not saying From games don't do well on Xbox, but you can't tell me that the bulk of those sales wouldn't be coming from PlayStation and PC.
the hope for
And-
Xbox fans would be the next platform can play PC games and you buy them through the PC store. Probably.
I'm just saying, either way, regardless of how they sell on Xbox, Sony's pulling those games. So those games can sell as well as you,
Lock it
however
up.
you want to claim they sell. I don't know. I don't buy From games and I don't play From games. So just like the ABK acquisition doesn't affect me because I have no interest in any of their games. I'm just saying, like the same thing I said during ABK. I don't care if regulators block ABK. Just do it for the right reasons. That's all I'm saying.
They were
So-
off. They've been, thankfully, the FTC's been really good now. Even the CMA is looking at Google and Apple for monopolies on mobile. Like a lot of the plays and hopes and why Microsoft have been so capitulating and nice with regulators is because the CMA in the EU and right now the FTC are going at people hard. So does this make it through? I don't know, because the EU and the CMA might also have issues because it is the Western streaming markets that are going to be completely dominated by Sony and Aniplex and Funimation and Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll's prices are doubling. It sucks. I'm very happy that Dan
that's
to
what I'm
Dan is
saying.
on Netflix because I'm not going to double the friggin' cost of Crunchyroll anymore.
That's what I'm talking about in terms of monopolies. If a regulator's job is about preventing monopolies to give people choice, blah, 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 would they not have a look at this?
Western
for the
regulators
anime? 'Cause
should
again,
absolutely have a look at this. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Whether they
'Cause-
will.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft owning ABK wasn't even remotely close to a monopoly. Not even a tiny bit close. This would be far close, not a complete monopoly, because, for example, I think Disney owns Dragon Ball Z, as an example. So it's not like a complete
I don't think they do.
monopoly.
No,
Sorry?
I don't think they do.
I'm pretty sure Disney
Who
owns Dragon
owns
Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I think regardless of the anime conversation and,
They're in
the monopoly
question.
there, I mean, I think you're right in that. Yes, Western
What?
Western regulators should have a look at that. I think the bigger conversation among gaming fans is, and I think Joe Sinister in the chat puts it quite well, is if Sony pulls From games from Xbox
Yeah,
and
it's Disney.
Phil's putting Xbox games
People just told me
everywhere,
Disney.
not going to be a good look. I mean,
They
and that's
will.
true.
They're not going to put From games on Xbox going forward. I'm telling you that right now.
What do you
they
think
will
the
pull them.
community reaction to that will be? Like, think
Xbox
about
is
it.
dead.
Which community? Which community?
The Xbox community.
Oh, Xbox community won't be happy. Of course they
Fury.
wouldn't be happy.
But like from a developer perspective, like I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Phil was like, yeah, of course we're not pulling Call of Duty. Like, why would we turn around to that massive community, that massive moneymaker, and say, sorry, go
Well,
and buy
let-
this if
let's-
you want to play
Let's
it?
call a spade a spade. Let's call
Yeah.
a spade a spade. Prior to Demon Souls, did anyone even know who From was?
Yes.
Honest quit. Nah, that's bullshit. They had made Ninja Blade on Xbox. They
Yeah,
had made
I
a
played that.
bunch of Xbox exclusive, and they were barely known as
Chrome
a
Hounds.
developer
Yeah.
prior to Demon Souls. the PlayStation fanboy community and the PlayStation Demon Souls is the game that realistically put From on the map, and part of that was being a PlayStation exclusive,
And
despite
had
it
over
being
90
PS3.
Metacritic, and they've never really gone below that until
Yep.
Armored Core 6.
That's
wasn't
the
very good.
game that put them on the map. So, from that perspective, one could argue that it's the PlayStation brand, the PlayStation community, the PlayStation platform that made From what they are. Right? So, I doubt.
Well, it's funny. They made
Maybe
one
I
game
doubt they
there,
would
and then they
care.
immediately went back to multi-platform. But they had a deal to do Bloodborne, but then they've been multi-platform ever since.
Yes, they have been. Oh, I know. They've always outside of a couple of examples. They've have they? No. Well, they used to be Xbox exclusive, and then they
They
went.
did a
PlayStation
mix, I
exclusive,
think,
and then
right? Yeah, they had some that were only PlayStation, some that were only Xbox. Like they were, we don't have a lot of money. If you want to help us publish and make this with a deal, thank you, type of company.
I'm just saying, regardless of all that external noise, Sony will 100% not have From games on Xbox going forward.
And the gaming
should
coverage,
this acquisition go through.
the gaming coverage industry won't care very much.
No, not even a little bit.
No.
It'll be a smart business move. It'll make sense. It'll be all those things. I'm just telling you how it is. It's
I
not
know,
what I
know.
hope. It's not my opinion. I have, just like ABK, I have no interest in From's games. I don't care. What I was cracking the shits about throughout the entirety of ABK was that regulators were looking at it from a really console war-y bullshit lens, like, oh, but PlayStation won't get COD anymore. There was no monopoly. There was no nothing. It's not like COD is the entirety of the game market.
Yeah, I know.
That's the part I disagreed with, as someone who didn't even want ABK to go through. So what I'm saying is this is far closer in the anime space, not in gaming. It's nothing in gaming. From an anime perspective, this is far closer to an actual monopoly to what Microsoft was dealing with ABK. So I'd like to see regulators keep the same energy for an actual monopoly. It's still going to get through regardless. I just want to see the same scrutiny.
You will not.
Yeah, I don't know
For
if
some-
you will.
No. Microsoft has
You might be
Microsoft
disappointed.
has a laser focus on them that few other companies in the world ever will.
Just
Just
then
'cause of their
Microsoft
sheer
should tell them all
size.
to get fucked and just
They
lock
can't.
everything down.
They cannot. They would immediately have them try to break it
Whatever.
up like they are doing now with Google.
Whatever. Pay the fine. Who gives a shit?
It's not a
It'll be
fine. It's
What will
a
it be?
you must break it up.
Go and divest
gonna-
Xbox from your
Yeah,
operations.
it's
and
not a
make it standalone
fine.
business.
It's a literal. You make faces, but that is actually how it works.
Who
It's
polices that?
interesting though, because we know from the recent Phil Spencer interview tour that Microsoft are still open to acquisitions. I think we've long said on this show we don't think it'll be anything like a publisher in any shape or form, but individual studios are probably still
Just
on
the
the
dynamics
docket.
and
ABK
awesome.
ruined any chance of a publisher.
Yes.
ABK ruined that.
What other publishers
gonna
would they
Another
really
reason why I
need?
didn't want ABK to go through.
Well, if you care about the future of Xbox, you'd want ABK to go through. It's the thing that can actually make a ton of money for now.
Which future of Xbox?
Oh, if you want
The
to like,
multi-platform releasing games on PlayStation future.
well, like if you want to,
like
there's no
we're heading
exclusive.
towards.
If there, there's no exclusive focused future. There's none that I could see.
The future we're heading towards is not one I'm interested in, where Xbox exists, but in this shitty form where they're basically ABK with an Xbox label. That's not a future I'm personally interested in.
What? The majority, most of
I've
the
said-
stuff they make
I've
is
said this
not
before.
ABK. They're not going anywhere. They're still
I
going to make a
know, not
bajillion
right
games.
now.
They're still going to have hardware.
Not right now. I said
Yeah.
the future we're heading
How
towards.
far
I
in
didn't
the
say what's happening
future?
right now. I don't know, 10 years,
Yeah,
15
you
years?
have no idea. You're just making it up.
Okay.
The entire industry right now is desperate to keep making money. This was the thing that can have them
I know.
keep making money for now. It actually exists.
It's interesting
Anyway,
though
I've seen-
because. Sorry, go
Go.
on, Nick.
No, go.
I was just going to say, like, yes, they've had a letter of intent from Sony, and if that rumor of, they're trying to avoid this hostile takeover, but being a publicly traded company, surely other suitors can now come forward for Kadokawa and be like, hey, we'll make you an offer.
I don't know.
Right? Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Someone in the chat, let me know. If now that this is public knowledge that they are willing to discuss and negotiate on a possible sale of the business, can other entities come in and be like, "Hey, we'll step up. We'll come and hang."
Don't know.
Or is it just
Maybe.
exclusive to Sony? Which I think, if it was, would just give credence to that rumor that you mentioned, Jesse. But surely, because any of the other acquisitions, think back. There's been multiple parties interested before one clinches in the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But there are a couple of Patreon questions from 99 Rukin and good old Collingwood on the forums around acquisitions, which I thought might be a suitable moment to bring those up.
Yep. 99 Rukin. Well, I guess I'll be who will Microsoft buy next guy every week. Kidding, this will probably be my last one about the subject for this year. My question, what do you think of the possibility of Microsoft buying Hasbro, the toy company?
Zero.
Yeah, don't see it happening.
Hasbro.
Like, if you're thinking from a pure gaming perspective, like what, to just get Transformers and some other
Hasbro is
games.
11.45 billion.
Yeah, no.
For a toy company.
So they'd be spending
what
like
would they do with them?
15.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Love you, Rukin, but doubt it.
No.
I mean, Hasbro has like Wizards of the Coast, Milton Bradley, Parker Brothers, Magic the Gathering, Monopoly, they got a lot of enormous IP, but I don't see Microsoft buying that. They're a software company. I don't think they want to buy a big hardware gaming thing like that.
Agreed.
It'd be hard to get through.
So I think that's the only acquisitions question, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. The other one was from Hugh. I said good old Collingwood mistakenly. My apologies. I meant Hugh.
Oh, right. Yes, Hugh. Howdy, Xbox Era gang. With the potential Kadokawa acquisition in the works, I'm pretty confident that PlayStation will make all the From Software, Spike Chunsoft, Acquire, and Gotcha games exclusive. Yes, they will. Assuming this happens, do you think this will technically help/encourage Xbox to finally pick up a Japanese publisher? Considering the recent news, I'll ask you the traditional annual question of what does Xbox need to do in order to get their games nominated for the the Game Awards?
Put out a great game in early October. If they put out a truly amazing game in early October, that would be their best chance.
Yes.
I disagree with Jesse. I don't think there's anything they can do.
I said best chance, not will.
I've always said that.
I didn't say
I've
will.
always said that.
I just said what would be their best chance, and that would be a game that somehow hits the zeitgeist among their friend group. That time frame would have a chance. The only chance.
You won't see it happen.
I disagree, Nick. There is a chance. There is a way.
Oh,
It
multi-platform.
just have to be a multi-platform game. that
Xbox
Minecraft
releases
2.
in October that blows.
I don't think an
everything away.
Xbox game has been nominated in over a decade.
None of them
Yeah,
have.
correct.
The only ones that were.
But, I'm sure that's just a coincidence.
I think Psychonauts 2 was, but that was multi-plat. We got a super chat about this very subject from Jay Rembert.
Jay Rembert. If Sony pulls from soft games from Xbox while Xbox putting all their games on PlayStation, Phil as well as the whole leadership team at Xbox should be fired.
Well, they're not putting all of their games anywhere except for Xbox. So
a couple of things there. I love where your head's at. Now, I understand that a lot of this multi-plat shit would be coming from above Xbox. A lot of that direction would be coming from above Xbox and from the money men within Xbox, as in like your Tims and those sorts of people that make the money decisions. I doubt that deep inside his heart of hearts, because Phil is a bit more gamer than most gaming execs.
With a Y.
Within his heart of hearts, I doubt Phil wants to put all these games everywhere. I know what he says in interviews. When more people play. Deep down inside his heart of hearts, and he'll probably never say it publicly. He would be a bit more like us, where he would probably want those games exclusive.
I disagree. I think he does want them everywhere, but only if everyone has everything everywhere. That's what he truly wants. He does want the one console future. He would also prefer that console to be an Xbox. because he knows
That
our hearts
reminds me.
best.
Did you see me on the Xbox podcast?
I saw what I saw.
Who were they logged in as?
Phil,
I
supposedly. So I saw your ego going woo through the roof.
Are you sure that was Phil they were logged in as? Because I saw when people started tag, again, that happened overnight. I was asleep. And I woke up to tags going, hey, Nick, look. And I see my name. And I'm like, what is it? Like, it took me a second to jerry to what I was seeing. And then I went and watched the podcast. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing there? Who are they logged in as? I didn't know who they were logged in as. And then I saw Nick playing Rocket League. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that checks out. That's me. I'm like, I'm playing Rocket League, so of course it's me.
That's so funny, man. I would say, like, Jay, like, I dislike. There is a tendency to be like, they should be fired, right? And Nick's right. You know, the leadership team, as much as they are a leadership team, they all have bosses, right? And as those bosses would probably say, shit rolls downhill and you're under me. So, you know, sometimes people have got to do what they're going to do. And the acquisition of ABK, unfortunately,
Changed everything.
it has made that garage band feel of the Xbox of old.
Worst thing that could have
the
happened.
scrappy Xbox. Unfortunately, have a lot more scrutiny, and they have
You know
to.
how much shit I used to get? I used to get so, even from our chat, I used to get so much shit for being against this acquisition. I used to get so
You
much
still
shit for
should.
it. And now everyone's like, oh no, this is bad. It's like, I was trying to tell you all. I was trying to tell
We've
you
talked
all.
about this like ad nauseum, right? Like, I think that the ire that the Xbox community in general feel towards that current leadership team and towards Phil and others is understandable in that team, online, social media, used that relationship that they've built up as for the fans for the last half a decade or more to curry favor and curry support for the acquisition. And all of those fans, every single one of them thought, this is for me. This is going to make my console have a win. This is going to make my brand choice matter more, blah, whatever reasoning you want to put behind it. And then the business came in and went, hey, how about this Xbox gig? Yeah,
70
it's
billion.
a bit of a moneymaker, huh? We got some conversations we want to have about
What
that. How
I'm
about we
he-
put those games everywhere? And all of the fans are like, what? And it's just one of those
What
things.
I'm hearing
So,
here are a bunch of people who got hornswoggled by executive corpo speak because they have always been this forever. They've not changed. They've always been this. You just believed the lies before. Shame on you.
Who?
You,
Who?
Nick. You,
I
Joan.
don't believe anything.
You sound like it now. You sound like a spurn lover.
Shit, I don't believe anything.
You sound like
I
Tim
just-
Dog
I'm just
2.0.
iterating
for
my
this, you-
understanding, you know, I understand where people and why people feel that way. But I also think, like, when we talk about what Phil said over the past couple of years, like, if you listen more and more, he talks about running a business.
Chat's getting
You go
mad
back
at
and
you
tell me
too.
prior
Huh?
to the
Who's
acquisition.
getting mad?
Chat.
Why chat get mad at us?
Nothing
We're
has
just having a
fundamentally
conversation.
changed. I completely reject the premise that they did something bad. It is childish from my namesake.
I don't think they've done. I don't think they've done anything.
Sounds
bad.
like
I think that-
console warring mumbo. Man.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That
Anyways,
sounds like console warring mumbo.
You, most of the time you talk, Nick. According to chat. Not me saying that.
Talking about my opinion on the acquisition. And I'm saying I didn't want it. How is that console warring mumbo? I'm not saying fuck PlayStation. I'm saying I didn't want the acquisition.
You
What
did
are
say that
talking about?
900 times yesterday, though. Got a super boost in
Yes.
fuck place. We did. And
I
one
did.
person really believed you on it.
Oh my god. Apparently I do it all the time. It's like, man.
Yeah.
having
If you're an Aussie that can't detect when an Aussie's being a smartass, fuck. That's a concern.
You're like an American.
having all the different opinions that we all have on this matter, the fundamental changes, like Phil talks more and more about being a profitable business than he ever has done, right? And he's trying to tell you, like, hey, you know, I've got to do these
We
things.
got into growth mode in 2018. Now growth mode is over and we need to make money for the suits.
So it is what it is, folks, until otherwise.
Look, Hugh, we've said in the past with a Japanese acquisition, in theory, it should be easy to get through regulators because they can say, we have no presence in Japan. We're non-existent in Japan. We need more help in Japan. I just don't think with ABK now, I doubt that's on the table anymore. I doubt it. I'm not saying I know for sure. I'm just saying I doubt
with
that's
Japan,
on the
they
table.
wouldn't want an individual. They would want someone who can run it there on themselves, which is what was originally set up with ZeniMax and Tango. But then a lot of leadership leaving Tango made it tougher. Thankfully, a very rich man who made a lot of money from PUBG was like, hey, I really like what you made. Please continue to exist. I'm just going to pay for it. I don't really care if I make any money off this. So it's like the muse with the rich person. Like you just need your friggin' super rich people to pay for everything that people actually like.
Earlier, when you were talking about they're a publicly traded company, can't someone come in and bid? If the rumors are true that Kadokawa went to Sony in order to avoid the hostile takeover, then I think that changes things a bit.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to avoid, essentially, is just someone coming in. And they know Sony well, so that's why they go to them.
Like if Microsoft, like remember, Sony already owns a stake in Kadokawa as it is.
14%,
That's why
I
I
think.
don't. So this shouldn't be a huge shock.
Yeah.
Because companies do that a lot, where they start with a small stake, and then sometimes that stake grows. Like, it shouldn't be that much.
We've been
of a
yelled
shock.
at to read this unrelated super chat that I was waiting to bring up to when we were done with this subject from Ryan in Australia.
Still no Warcraft Remaster Collection on Game Pass PC?
Yep.
Yeah, it's still not there. We don't know why.
If we were bigger, I would go and ask. But when we ask, they don't answer.
I have asked.
Yeah, they don't answer
haven't
us.
had an answer.
Yeah.
So,
Got a nice juicy DM just now.
Uh-oh.
Movie related.
Movie.
Yeah, movie.
Weird.
Upcoming superhero movie.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
get
those.
DMs about movies too. I don't leak any of them, but I get
you told
DMs
me.
about movies.
Yeah.
I had the Joker script, the first movie, the first Joker. I had the script for the Joker like nearly a year before it came out, and I was like, I'm not reading this, so I gave it to my wife to read. I'm not reading this. No. I knew Iron Man died 6 months before.
Yeah, that had leaked. I knew that too. I was really happy because I could not stand
it. Was
him.
like 6 months to a year before.
I knew
Iron Man
about a
dies.
full year
And I'm
before.
like, man.
Yeah, I was really happy.
Gutted.
I wish he could die again. I hope they bring him back and kill him.
No, he's back for good now. Because they've realized they need him. He's going to be 90 years old and he's still going to be in the MCU.
No, that's Wolverine.
Remember, you're here forever.
Yeah, here forever. They backed up that money truck and it had so much money in it that our DJ's like, all right,
I don't think they're going to use him much after immediately if he ever came back for anything else. He is there to transition them to the mutant and like supernatural saga.
Wait, I'll DM this person because this person's watching our show. I'm not going to say your name.
Well, we got one
person.
more news story, John. What is it? It's related to us.
It is. It is. I just wanted to call this out because some fine folks did some fine work. On the subject of Microsoft's new mantra of, taking your games anywhere, you might remember back in 2016, yep, that's when they announced this, Xbox Play Anywhere became a thing where you could buy a copy and it would work on both your PC and your Xbox, and it was all wonderful. And if you look for the Play Anywhere tag, you wouldn't see many games on the Xbox store, and you'd be like, there's not many games that do
I
that.
have brought this up
Wrong.
a lot.
Yeah. So big thank you to the XboxEra community and staff member Chengas for working with those guys, which is Cryon, Terran, and Mr. Hipshot. They painstakingly crafted together an entirely lengthy spreadsheet of nearly, I think it's over 1,000.
Over 1,100, I think. I'm going through it now. on screen.
Games that actually you get one on both platforms if you buy it.
And people questioning, it's not the ones that are listed on both, but might only give you saves and achievements like Spyro or Crash.
Mhm.
These are the full-on Play Anywhere, cross-buy, cross-save, cross-progression, cross-play games. There's a lot.
There's a lot of them. A Short Hike.
1,179.
Aliens Fireteam Elite. I didn't know that was one.
Well,
There is so many.
There are 1,179 games in this listing.
Yeah. Back for Blood, Blair Witch, Bug Snacks, Broforce. Celeste is on there.
And
there's a lot of games.
A lot of smaller games that have ever been in Game Pass. They go in there and they obviously stay there. Like even if they leave Game Pass,
Yeah.
they're still Play Anywhere. It was a fantastic job that we would like to call out, unlike other sites that reported on them.
yeah. Like Pure Xbox
I'm
did
just
link
teasing.
the actual article right at the very bottom of their thing, but they made the main link the spreadsheet. And I'm like, how about you link the site with the story? You know, like directly right there. But yes, super cool. So, yeah, when we think about Microsoft's planned future of, you know, multiple store support and all of this rumored stuff, I see stuff like this and I'm like, yeah, more of that at least,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's
So
funny,
we'll see.
after this article went up, a lot of those games that did not appear in the Xbox app on PC suddenly did. There's like 10 games that weren't showing in the Xbox app. You had to search for them on the Microsoft Store to find them. They just showed up in the Xbox app the next day.
I hope more people see it, and I hope someone at Microsoft like takes the hard work and takes care of it.
Well,
and
the
away
thing
we
is,
go.
a lot of those store pages are publisher controlled. Like the publishers set all their stuff up. So if they do not just choose to go into the bundle that is Play Anywhere, the way I've heard it is Play Anywhere is a bundle. You agree to all this. You can also do all this without tagging it Play Anywhere. And that seems to happen a lot. People are like, oh, hey, I'm going to do everything that's essentially in Play Anywhere. I just never click the thing that says Play Anywhere in my store listing. I'm also curious, speaking of the store, boy, I'm feeling pretty drunk from this regular juice. Whatever happened to Enotria? If anyone knows, let me know. Remember Enotria, the last song, and the whole furor around that? It's been many months since I did my review on PC. It's still not
Where's
on
the
Xbox.
Xbox
I am
version?
very confused.
Yeah.
But that's the
I hate
news.
getting DMs about stuff I have no interest in. Because I'm reading this stuff and it's words. It's English words and I understand the words, but I don't understand what they all mean when it's all put together. Like I'm reading this stuff. Again, it's more non-game stuff. And I don't know if I should say what it's about because maybe this person doesn't want me to, but
I mean,
like I'm getting these DMs and they're like, oh, if you want to talk about Redacted, hey, there's blah, blah, blah. And they're talking about the lore and stuff of this thing. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I'm a nerd. You can message me and I might know.
Maybe that's why these people leak stuff to me because they know that I don't understand any of it. I don't know.
That was the news.
It's like, why?
As far as this topic goes, I don't think anyone cares. And we got to get to the next segment, which is the game show, followed by Nick's Rumor Mill. Because I would like John to actually.
So there's no more news stuff.
No, that was
There's
it.
no more new stuff,
No,
mate. We
that was
did it
it.
all. Congrats.
I
So
took
is this what year, my dear?
No, you know what this is. This is Name,
Name a Game.
a Game. Stick around for the Rumor Mill. You all freaking leave on Name a Game. And I don't work very hard on it. Here we
We're
go.
forcing you to watch it.
We're back. I never even thought to give you a code, Nick.
Yeah, we're back. And we're playing Name a Game. And if you didn't know this, if you're new to the XboxEra podcast, every week
There it is.
we fight in the arena, Nick and I, on behalf
To
of
the death.
our wonderful Patreon community. Nick's having a rough year this year.
He's gonna have to buy you the deluxe edition of Flight Sim, which is $200
Wow.
US.
Yeah, apparently I cheat every week, but intentionally lost by double on purpose. Man, that
Well,
cheating
apparently I
strategy
cheat
of
every
mine's
week, so
paying
I'm just-
dividends.
I'm just cheating
You
better.
both cheat and both lose. I don't know how you do it. You are amazing.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I cheat.
If, dear patrons, dear viewers, you want to be in for a chance to win, simply support XboxEra via Patreon by heading to patreon.com/XboxEra. If you're an existing patron and you think, my goodness, I'd like one of my fellow community members that isn't a patron to get a code, you can gift a subscription to them by heading to patreon.com/XboxEra/gift. Isn't that cool? It's worth saying while we're on the subject of Patreon that there is more content coming. There's currently a day one Game Pass show that we're bringing back from the dead.
It is already back.
Interestingly, we found out that you can only have one audio feed that is podcast filled on Patreon. So we're going to have to do some wrangling on the Spotify back end, kind of rename that to be exclusive Patreon content, and it will have
it is up
headlines.
Yeah, it's up
and
as
day one in it.
up as a video and up as an MP3 on Patreon right now. If you just want to use the Patreon app for a little bit, you can do the audio only.
Yeah.
And I will try and figure out a way to get John to actually film some more with me. Maybe get Nick in there, get Ursel, and we'll have we'll definitely have Indy as a part of one for December. I would like to have him at least once a month, maybe twice, if we can film enough stuff ahead of time. Also for Patreon's members, retro hangouts. We need to start filming those. Those are going to be fun.
My favorite kind of DM. You can't ever leak this publicly.
Lol.
Wait, I can't wait to hear about it
My
until after the show.
favorite kind of DM. Hey, this cool thing. Oh, sick. You can't leak it ever.
Boo.
What do you mean?
Who are we playing for, Nick, this week?
I am playing, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately for James Whitefield, not unfortunately for me, unfortunately for James.
Just going off recent win-loss history, yeah?
John is playing for Tordeck 128.
Cool.
Congratulations, Tordeck.
Jesse, what's the theme this week?
Both of you know it for a
there we go.
change. The theme is, in fact, cloud games you can now play by owning them on Game Pass Ultimate. So it's from that list of 50, one Tittles. Oh, I gotta use the bathroom again. It's bad drinking during the game.
DMs I just got right now. Which part can I tease right now?
Nothing. Because we're doing name a game number 1. Oh, you know what?
Okay.
Why is it just saying... Oh, that's last week. I was like, why did it say Stalker? It's not one of the ones that would be here. The first...
Are you putting stuff in private
Shut the
chat
fuck
too?
up. The first one is Beast Proficiently. I literally had it. I had it in private chat and was about to press enter. It was in private chat about to press enter. I love you, Nick.
Beast
John.
proficiently.
John has already buzzed. I got to put on desktop audio.
I'm
What is
going to
it?
presume Animal Well.
Ah.
Correct.
I was going to say animal something, but I didn't know what the second one. I'm like, animal... I probably might have said animal well
And
if
I should...
thought about it more.
Yeah. That's the thing. And I will say right now, Nick, I'm sorry. Please don't let anyone think we're upset at each other and cancel their patron. Number 2 without commanding 1-0 lead.
Reset the button.
Oh, thank you. It is. Oh, now I got to click back in. It's going to be in private chat before it goes anywhere else. Evictors, Phantoms of latest John.
Banishes Ghost of New Eden.
Correct. John was way ahead of you, too. He was like a full 2 seconds
I knew
almost.
that one too.
Yeah. That's what I get for now. Okay, I'm going to the hard ones. I can't have this end too early. The next one is insanely stupid. All right. An immediate commanding 2-0 lead for
You said these are games on Game Pass, yeah?
These are games you can play on the cloud via owning them.
On the cloud.
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
they're of
you own.
they're of that
Yep,
50 group. So they're all big. Like there weren't any tiny games in there. You've heard of all of them. Here's the
You see
next one. See what?
Nothing. Okay.
The next one. The Cockney way to say Nick's son's name. Meander. British buck, hyphen, irritation. Victors. Figure that out while I pee.
Irritation.
Is this one word?
No. He said there was a colon in there somewhere.
British buck.
I think I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is. I've got it. I've already buzzed and you haven't, so I'm just going to say it. Well, Jesse's not here. Harry Potter Meander, Quid, Itch, Champions.
Okay. Yeah.
John
Potter.
Sikamika Nico Clark. What do you have to say?
Harry Potter.
I've already
Harry
said
Potter.
the answer.
I haven't heard it, so it doesn't count.
Harry Potter, Quidditch Champions.
A sweep. Wow.
All too easy.
I mean, I shouldn't have gone with the British one. God damn it. I wanted to give Nick a chance, but he's too dumb.
Why you got to be so mean
What?
to him? Why do we hate each other so much?
Oh,
God
shit,
damn it.
you're right. God damn it. People are they're already canceling. All right. For fun, we'll do the rest of them. Congratulations, whoever Nick said was going to win earlier. I didn't pay attention.
Tordeck, I think.
I feel bad. People, please, for the love of God, reach out to me. I keep reaching out to people, but I have forgotten a few times. So there have been some winners who never reached out to me, and I would like to give you a video game. So please do. I'm very busy, as John and Nick would know, but the next one is, in fact, one word, that word being unearth.
Unearth.
I reviewed this game. It was great. John, who actually reads my reviews.
Dredge.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
That game, by the way, fantastic. Highly recommend. All right, clearing the buzzers, going again. Don't worry, everyone. We'll get to Nick's Fortnite rumor in a second. This is... Am I joking? Am I not? They don't know. Half of 95% of them are. The next one is Dread the Limelight. We have not reviewed this game. I did give a review code out, but it has not yet been reviewed that I remember.
Well, it's going to... I know what it is,
John.
but I don't think this... Is this on the list? I would presume
pulled
this is
directly
Fear the Spotlight.
I pulled directly from the list.
We have reviewed it. It's out on the
Oh,
site
good.
on XboxEra.com.
Yeah, I'm too drunk to remember. I'm not drunk. This is juice. I'm too tired from working so hard to remember. Thank you, Ferry, for reviewing it then. We have people who do a lot of work that I feel very bad that we can't give them money. So I try and get them games and stuff that I can. And they're incredibly nice, and I thank them. Not Nick. He doesn't do anything. But I still get him games. Yeah, I give him a lot.
I do one big thing.
True. You do a lot better than
Yeah.
John. He tried to do one guest and completely fucked it
Yeah.
up. All right, next one is Adobe Thrower 2. And now that I'm looking at
Adobe
this,
or Abode.
it's Abode. Jesus Christ. Yeah, my
Yeah.
Abode Thrower 2. John,
House Flipper 2.
correct? Can you get all 10 of these? I'd be really happy if you did.
They've been pretty simple so far, I have to admit.
All right, well, the next one's not. The next one's coming real quick. It is... Oh, fuck, I didn't actually change it here. Archduke of Happy Cat Noise, hyphen, actress Gabor's first name. The Ashtray. Tiara. Astray Tiara. John.
Yeah. Happy Cat Noise has got that for me. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
Correct. Fucking holy shit. John is on fire. God, I wish we had charisma. God damn. The next one. Look, every once in a while I get a little tipsy. It's fun. Don't overthink it, Americans. You're goddamn
So professional.
judgmental shit. Look at how nice this podcast still looks great. You know, doing a good job. There's the last one. It is not the last one. The black leather couch in an empty room on the internet of Candid Rock. 5 words.
Black leather couch in an empty room on the internet.
This is for Nick.
Candid Rock.
I forgot I did this one. And
I know what the black leather couch in an empty room on the internet is, but that word's not in a game.
It is. It 100% is. In a Dead by Daylight spinoff, Nick.
Oh, is this one word?
It's one word. That's why it's all one thing with no spaces or hyphens.
Ah.
John.
Candid Rock's done it for me. Is this the casting of Frank Stone?
Correct.
Okay.
You were only 2 away from a full 10-0 sweep. I got to give
I've
you all
never
your
even
points.
heard of the casting of Frank Stone.
We
I've never even heard of that game.
Did we review it? I think we did.
I said to you that word's not in the title, and you said it is. I was going to say porn, and you're like, it is in the title.
How is that the word prawn Once again,
Because the
don't
black leather couch in an empty room on the internet,
Oh,
that's
you're
what
just
that is.
thinking
It's
of
a
a
porn
casting
casting
couch.
couch.
aren't you?
casting couch, casting.
That's why I was like, that word's not in a game title. You're like, it is. I'm like, it is?
All right, I go.
That's where it's not in
Oh Christ! I never got the actual other friggin' word for this. Hold on, I mistyped it. I gotta look it up real quick. Another word for this thing. None of those are good. How can this? Okay, I don't know how this works, and you're not gonna get it, but it's really funny. So, boop, boop. Oh my fucking god! Get.
I was trying to think of a
Boop,
game with the word
boop.
prawn in it. I'm like, I don't think there's a game with the word
Yeah, it
prawn
was
in it.
casting the couch, the casting couch. Come on, man.
I'm like, Leisure Suit Larry.
All right.
Oh my
The next
God,
one
no
is
idea.
it's not the whole thing. There you go. I don't know how this word works. John reviewed it.
Oh shit. Fuck.
I have no idea how this word works, but I had to use it when I saw it is a synonym for this third word.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Did
can't
you-
buzz though because it's
buzz now.
uncleared.
I'm clicking. I'm literally clicking it, not
He
fucking
did
stop.
buzz.
It's not
He did
doing
buzz.
anything.
He did buzz.
I cannot reset it. Go. What is it?
The Plucky Squire.
Correct. I have no idea how cock is squire. It is a
Yeah,
direct.
why is Cock a Squire?
It is a
I
direct.
imagine that's probably like a British
It's got to
term
be
in some
but-
way.
No, a cock,
Cock
is
of the
a cock is a
walk.
rooster.
Yeah, cock of the walk though. Hello, young squire,
So like
young cock.
squire is like
It's like-
landowner, like it was you were slightly above the regular person if you were a squire because you were working your way to. But I have no idea how that
Something
works.
like that.
Blame Merriam-Webster. I am gonna reset does not work anymore. I cannot reset this. I'm clicking it a lot. It doesn't do anything.
I don't think it matters anymore.
The final one. Can we have our first 10-0 fuck you sweep? Let us see, because this one's long. Thump Buddy, Society of Butt Dumper / Spanish for yes / country. Yell buzz if you buzz. 4.
How many words is this?
4. Why can I not reset? Okay, got it. Finally, holy shit.
Now it's reset.
You can click, John, if you need to. No one's ever actually cheated in this game before. What if I did message? No, it wouldn't. It would kill it. I can't message John the answer.
I mean, I really want to get the clean sweep.
This would be the most demoralizing thing in Nick's life. His ego would go from the size of Australia
Society
to 0.1
of
kilometer
Butt Dumper.
smaller. Yeah, 4 words. I
Thump
did
Buddy.
not review this game, but I streamed it a lot, including once in VR via PC Game Pass. It is no longer on PC Game Pass. All you need is to figure out what the first 2 words mean. And turn the music up so people don't get too bored.
Butt dumper. What's a butt dumper? I know Spanish for yes.
Spanish
is
for yes is tricking me because I think I know what this is, but I
But-
don't think Spanish for yes is correct.
It is.
So
It is only because those letters are there before country and between butt dumper. Butt dumper is the same word twice. It's the same way of saying the same word 2 times in a row.
What?
One of the best games of the last generation. It is itself a compilation of 3 titles. Remade of the first 2 titles, put into the 3rd title, which many people who cover gaming, especially Danny O'Dwyer and many other ones, talk about as one of the pinnacles of video gaming in its absurdity.
Oh.
Fuck, Nick.
Hitman. World of Assassins. World of Assassination. World of Assassins.
Correct. You got it
World
with
of-
you got it with assassination. Butt dumper.
There you go.
Ass. S. Nation. Assassination.
Oh boy.
That
Taking
is
with the late.
that is one of
Denied
the
late.
worst
the late.
the worst chokes of all time. Nick now wins.
He wishes. He wishes. GG's.
I am-
Congratulations to Tordek128. If you're listening
Please.
to the show,
Message me.
message Jesse on the Discord,
Anywhere.
discord.gg/XboxEra, or on our
Patreon.
forums, or on Twitter, or on
Straight
Patreon.
DM me on Patreon if that's all you're on, because then I will know it's actually you.
I
Anywhere.
disagree that the game was called Hitman World of Assassination
He got it.
Assassins. That's the full title that Nick said. and
Okay,
we
Mr.
look at
Final
the
Fantasy
box art,
Pixel Remaster, completely
box
wrong
art,
fucking game,
it's
but
not
still got
called
it.
that. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
going to.
All right, I have muted both of them because they are children, and I'm not going to hit that button because it's
It's only here to make Nick feel good. It's the Rumour Mill. John and Jesse would bet it forever if they could. It's the Rumour Mill. It's the Rumour Mill. It's only here to make Nick feel good. It's the Rumour Mill. John and Jesse would bet it forever if they could. It's the Rumour Mill.
and you know what? To make people happy, we'll keep it going the entire time.
Yeah.
It's only here to make Nick feel good.
Nick's just listening to the song now instead of actually talking.
It's
It's the
I'm
Rumour
watching
Mill.
the stream, so I'm hearing it there.
It's annoying. It is annoying how good the AI music can be because music is so mathematical. But yeah, that song, that was like my 30th funky Rumour Mill trying to figure out something. And I
So
realized the fewer lyrics you do, the better because it'll just build this 4-minute song around it.
And it does make Nick feel good. It's a great song. It's so
Nick,
good.
please, what is your Fortnite rumor?
Fortnite Rumor Mill. I saw the Godzilla thing, and I got upset with myself because I had my early onset dementia had kicked in, and I forgot that back in April I got a DM saying there's a Godzilla King Kong event coming to Fortnite. You can leak it, and I was like, okay. And then I just never leaked it. So I totally had my dementia moment.
We were very against the Rumour Mill for a while, and we still are if it's anything with anyone we work with. So please,
And
if you
then-
know XboxEra as a PR company, don't fret.
And then I spoke to Ricky and I was like, man, totally forgot that I could have leaked Godzilla. And he's like, you leaked it to me. And then he went and found the DM I sent him and was like, you leaked it to me. I was like, oh my God. So I got annoyed. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing a Fortnite one. So I said, can I do one of the many, many Fortnite things I've got here that I apparently guess? Even though I've publicly shown the DMs that my information comes from, I
Are
apparently
you in the chat, iFire Monkey?
I don't know if he is.
Probably not.
Now, he said just do whatever. And I've got a lot. There's so much Fortnite stuff I've been sitting on for a long
Do a
time
lot, you
because I
bitch.
don't know. Because I don't know the timelines. I don't know what's going to come soon. What's going to come 2 years down the track. I have no idea. But one that I got told about quite recently that I got very excited about was Voltron. So, but they don't mention the Voltron robots. They say the Voltron Pilot outfits. What's the difference?
I mean, the pilot
No
outfits
idea.
are what the people wore versus the entire giant cat robots that they piloted. Dummy.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm just having a look at them. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now that I'm looking at, because it's been so many years since I've seen Voltron that I don't remember. So that makes sense. Looking at them now, that could actually look quite cool in Fortnite.
Yeah, they were
so
like
yes.
Power Ranger-y almost in some ways, more piloted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what am I doing? Get out of here in the game.
So yes, again, there's other stuff. There's stuff here that they've said that I don't quite understand. But for now, the one I'm sticking with, there's other stuff, but right now I'm sticking with Voltron, even though I have plenty of others. Or do I
CEO
mention one of the
TornRaptor.
others?
I wish I could skip
I
this
wish I could
cutscene.
skip this cutscene. I wonder if there's any of the others I
Funny
should
thing,
mention.
TornRaptor, if you like Xbox Era, these Fortnite rumor mills do infinitely more traffic than any other rumor mill he does. So it will help
Actually,
us.
you know what I will do? So I already leaked this. So I was watching iFire Monkey stream once on Twitch, and I just casually leaked a couple more in his chat, and I've got the screenshot of that to prove it. Post Malone, I got told Post Malone should be coming to Fortnite, and Tekken characters. Don't know which.
Ooh.
Just
Is there a volcano in
Tekken
Fortnite?
characters.
Because I would love to throw Heihachi into it.
I don't know, but yeah. But I guess to add to that Godzilla one, I didn't just get told Godzilla, I got told King Kong with it. But not characters, like an in-game event. Like Godzilla will be walking around the map fucking shit up, I assume, along
cool.
with King Kong.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be fighting on the map, I assume, given the way
cool.
Fortnite works. Oh, it's fucking ace. That's
a
so
really good
cool.
idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. So to add to the Godzilla, I also heard it was King Kong and Godzilla. But yes, so Voltron pilots, not Voltron. I didn't get told Voltron the robot. I got told the Voltron pilots. And just to sort of reiterate on one that I mentioned in iFire Monkey's Twitch chat, Tekken, it just says like various Tekken characters and Post Malone. Post Malone totally makes sense. They always do the musicians now.
Yeah, because they can double dip with their music festival.
Yeah. I think Sabrina Carpenter's supposed to be there, but Sabrina Carpenter was obvious because they kept bringing her songs and her stuff in and out.
I would have no idea.
I don't know if they'll ever. I doubt they'll ever get Taylor Swift.
And that's a
Feel
rumor
like
mill.
she wouldn't want to be in Fortnite. But yeah. Whatever, Rand.
Do you know what I just saw while I was not listening to Nick's Fortnite rumor mill?
Oh yeah, my friend said that I can mention this other stuff, the movie-related stuff. We're in the rumor mill anyway, and no one cares about movie stuff. Superman trailer soon. Ooh,
Oh,
the
yeah,
new
I mean, that
Superman
makes
that
sense.
looks terrible.
God, you mean looks terrible. You don't like the premise of it. You have no idea what it looks
Yes,
like.
I also don't like what I heard about what it's about.
You
'cause
only
it
don't
sounds
like what
stupid.
you have heard because you haven't seen anything.
I love James Gunn. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are great. I love James Gunn. I should
He's
say,
talked
as
on
a
social
director.
media already that he's deep into the edit on the Superman trailer. It's done. It's on his hard drive. So being soon would not be a surprise.
has he?
Yeah. Your rumor is weak. I have another
Yeah.
one.
I don't know, man. I just got the DM. I just got the DM now.
I'm just
Look,
letting you know.
Superman
I'll-
trailer
Your rumor
I'll
is
chuck
thoroughly
something into-
disappointing. Oh, go
I'll
ahead.
chuck
between
something to spice
mid-December and
things up.
Christmas.
John, save us.
Chuck something in to spice things up. I only just saw this, and maybe this is old, but I'd never heard this before. Steve Downs
Old.
and Jen Taylor were originally, when 343 started making Halo 4, not cast as Master Chief and Cortana. Right? They were not cast. Beta testers of Halo 4 played the game, and then they were like, who the fuck are these people? And then they were re-auditioned and recast. Who?
How did it take
made
so long
that
to remove the
fucking
leadership of
decision?
343?
Like, what the fuck did I just read? And if you're doubting me, here is, I don't want to.
Master Chief 10 years after I had been doing the role. The fans were not done with Halo, and they wanted more, and they anticipated more. It was basically a whole new company that was going to be producing the game. Although they had decided that they were going to recast the voice of Master Chief and Cortana, had hired new people, they had recorded their parts, everything was done. We were out. Now, I know none of this other than the fact that I'm not working at the time. And then that changed from people who were beta testing Halo 4 and said they loved the game, but they didn't recognize Master Chief and they didn't recognize Cortana. So that's how we got back involved in the game. I remember, basically
I'm sorry,
auditioning.
but how did they leave
I was
343
auditioning for Master
leadership
Chief 10
in
years
for
after
so
I had
long
been doing
after a
the role.
decision like
Fans
that?
were not-
That is crazy. That
That's just
is
how
the
corporations
craziest
work.
thing I've
That-
heard all day.
If that is not a complete perfect encapsulation of the disaster that has been 343.
They don't exist anymore. Congratulations.
Their stewardship of Halo, then I don't know what else could.
That's not a rumor, Hytham. That is Steve Downs on his YouTube channel talking through that.
As Rand says, it is like what happens with Batman now. Like companies think ahead and they think, oh well, we'll just recast it early.
Okay,
but that's their thinking.
That
is their thinking, and it's very bad. I agree.
I get that. But Steve Downs isn't 106 when Halo 4 came out.
He's 103 years old.
And it's voice. It's not physical acting. Voice, you can get away with it a fair bit longer.
I know, but he was in his 60s already. Like,
in 2012?
Yeah, he's 74.
Okay, that's still not that old for voice.
I mean, like,
a lot of people die around that age.
People would forgive it if Steve Downs had Steve Downs had passed away,
retired,
right?
or he retired himself.
Yeah, people would forgive it.
It was
like just do it.
It was Sam Fisher in Splinter Cell. They changed it because Michael Ironside was really sick and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, throat cancer.
Yeah, like really
pretty
bad.
reasonable reason to not do
But
it.
with Steve
Okay,
Downs,
and that's
he's
a
still
reasonable
good. He's still
reason.
going, but you know the corporate idea. It's like, oh, we want to keep Master Chief going forever. Let's get someone younger who's not in their 60s.
What do you mean, JD? This was like 2010, 2011 when they would have started making Halo
And he
4. What
would
are you
have been
talking about, bro?
There, and I'm saying he was 60. He was 60 then. He was already old.
Okay.
In their
You're
mind.
really acting like a 60-year-old is a geriatric.
It
Look,
is.
60's not that old.
It is.
Not allowed to
it's
stop
not.
working until you're 72 now in the UK. So carry on
60's
trucking.
not old.
But there you go. I
60
thought
is
that
old.
was
15 years away from 60.
The one that makes way less sense, as Kevin says, is Jen Taylor. She's not that old.
So I
Actually,
thought that
if
was
anything, as
bizarre.
Steve Downs gets older, his voice would probably sound even better for Halo.
gravelly.
Yeah, like it would sound more. It's sort of like how Michael Keaton ended up being better as Beetlejuice now than when he was young. Like it would actually be better.
Yeah, Jen Taylor's only 51. She would have been 40, 30, late 30s back then. Changing her is weirder.
Yeah, but either way, it's not happened. So, but wow, the fact that it nearly did, mental.
The fact
Also,
that it was even considered.
I know. I was like,
Sacrilegious.
what?
Considered.
We got 20 minutes on
Yeah.
community questions. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Well, last one, quick Rumour Mill, because Jez has just posted it on Twitter. Apparently, a patch for Stalker 2 for game controllers and the stick drift is coming next week. Rumor.
Yeah, they've
because I don't
there's
know,
a
but
patch.
It's probably true.
There's a patch right now or very soon that's not controller, but they said controller soon. Super chat from Assassin Entertainment. Nick, read it because
Super chat
only
from Assassin.
no one else can.
Yeah, let's be real. Who could dare do a good job as Master Chief besides Steve Downs? Unless he agrees to have his voice recorded as AI for future games.
shouldn't.
That's another option.
No, don't do it.
Why?
Don't want to start it.
No,
Bad
no.
trend.
Yeah, you just get an impersonator if you really need
Or
to
just
have
get
the
another good.
exact name.
The voice for Batman on the new Arkham game is great. He's a guy who did Origins. He's around. There are really
But
good
hold
voice
on, but hold
actors
on.
out there.
If Steve Downs okays it,
No,
and if
Hate
Steve
it.
Downs signs a deal and they put a
Fuck
lot
him.
of control into
I hate
it,
Steve Downs.
and he records a whole bunch of stuff that the AI
Mhm.
needs to be trained on, and it sounds almost indistinguishable from him.
I would
and he's
hate him
okay with
forever.
it. What's wrong with that?
because it's someone
Why?
who's not getting paid to do the work. All of it is just pushing in that direction where companies can push to AI, and I'm vehemently against it.
But what if he wants the money to go to his family?
Fuck his family. Give it to somebody else's family. They made enough. Not into AI.
No, I
Nope.
don't agree with that.
I do.
Anyways, let's.
I don't agree with
I
that.
thought it was interesting. There you go.
Mort's with me.
Um,
JCTV's with me. Travis says Troy Baker could do it, and he's correct because Troy Baker, as much as we make fun of him getting so many jobs, is a phenomenal voice actor. Community questions for John. Let's go.
Don't agree.
You never agree, but that's when I know I'm right.
There is only
Um,
5 left. 2 on the forum,
that
3 on
many?
the forums.
Are you sure? I feel
think
like
there's
you got
one
rid
on
of
the
a lot of
forum.
them.
We've got
There's not
we've
that
got
many on the...
CJ Ad 93 around gaming in general, and we've
Well,
got
on the
Divan
forum-
Greedy on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
On the forum, that's where I'm going first.
Okay,
We've got
TornRaptor.
oh yeah,
You don't leave him out, I'll
Uh,
fucking kill you.
TornRaptor.
Shut your cat up. He's
uh,
too cute. I want to pet him, and I can't.
I don't know. Should I read the first part?
Yeah, just
Because
read it.
The first
We'll
part's
go over
wrong
it again
because of
next
John's stuff up.
Yeah, we'll get.
Yeah,
Hi, Sick Nick.
Yeah, he was laughing
What?
because he'd be like, "We'll just go over it again next week. It's fine."
Yeah.
Hi, Sick Nick and Jesse. Before Sick informed me of what Press Engine was, in my ignorance, I imagined that it was what powers the Xbox tax. Now I know what it is. It sounds like a very useful company for the video game industry. But the question,
It is.
why is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade the best Indiana Jones film?
Best
Because
story,
it is.
best acting, best pacing.
Yeah.
It's just
All
the
the
best
Also-
best
one.
ones.
TornRaptor in chat. Jesse is very rarely wrong. Correct.
Playing it fast and loose with very rarely there.
Point
against the
zero
CEO,
zero 1% of the time. Mostly about how handsome I am. Well, when I say Nick is handsome, I'm always correct. I know myself.
That's the only time
Yeah.
he's correct, where he talks about how attractive I am. Okay.
Damn it, Didac
Next
called this
one.
out. XboxEra can't afford actual. I said afford actual music. Microsoft can pay me voice actors. Correct. I do AI music because paying someone like Epidemic Sound would mean we have to pay them forever. Because the moment you stop paying any of them, all of your old videos immediately get hit for copyright. So you'd have to do it forever. And we don't have any money. So I make AI music that everyone laughs at. So it's worth it. Other than that, fuck AI. My AI good, all other AI bad. Agreed. Thank you.
I think if there's controls in place and everyone agrees and all that sort of stuff and the money's going to the right place, I don't think it's an
I
issue.
agree in principle. I do not trust them to not abuse it.
Oh, that's another
Yeah.
argument. That's a separate argument
That's my
entirely.
argument. My argument is that I would not trust them to not abuse it in the long run.
No, I wouldn't trust most companies not to be shitheads either.
Boots.
But my assumption is that in this world, Steve Downs has got like a strict contract in place and blah 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 blah.
That's
in that
the-
case, I'm fine
That's
with it.
the Jesus, James Earl Jones one. They can keep doing Vader with him, but it's very regimented and set in place contractually.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that because the actor themselves has agreed to it and he's okay.
I'm
with
not unfair. You have Orange Chair saying, "I'm with the Aussie." He agrees with
it.
you.
Good work, Orange Chair. Good work. Portocal.
Nick says,
in Greek.
"So cute." Hytham says, "So AI art bad?" Yes,
Yes.
horrible. Netflix
Awful
just
stuff.
got yelled at a lot because someone used it to extend out the key art for Arcane. And once Netflix found out and the Arcane guys found out, they were very mad and immediately got taken down.
Again,
All
I
right.
think
Well,
there's
that's
more
why
nuance to
Indiana
the
Jones and the
discussion.
Last Crusade is the best Indiana
And
Jones
John,
film.
you have a very cute car, according to Hytham. He says, "I meant cat."
Yeah. It's very cute. Boots
Okay.
is lovely.
Boots used to be an
Next question
asshole
is from-
until you got other pets. And then Boots was like, "Love me, daddy."
Yeah.
Next question is
Hytham.
from Hytham. So, ready for Thanksgiving, Jesse, and the
Mhm.
people watching the podcast.
No,
I
just-
bet all
oh,
of you are craving for that turkey, especially
Mm-hmm.
how delicious the bird looks. And John and Nick, I know you two don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but if all the ones that is hosting the podcast and watching the podcast, what part from the turkey all of you like to eat?
Mm.
For me, it's the wings.
Yeah.
Yum yum. But what is your favorite part, you gents and
I don't
gals
give a
like to
cow,
eat
man.
from?
So I am very lucky. So myself, I've gotten pretty good at brining them, so they come out super juicy. They're not dry at all. But also, my brother-in-law, who normally does the cooking, smokes them. They're amazing. So any part of the turkey, when you are smoking
Breast.
it, is
I'm breast.
you can take anything. White
I'm a
meat,
leg
dark
man.
meat doesn't matter.
I'm a breast man.
His smoking of said turkeys is phenomenal.
I got shown my good best friend who's now living in like New Orleans.
My
Deep
condolences.
frying
Oh yeah.
turkey.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what the whole thing? And he showed me like
Turkey's
the
a very
set
healthy
up
meat
of-
as well.
Not
Very
when you deep
lean,
fry it.
Good meat.
Yeah, probably not
Not
if
if
you
you
deep fry it. He
fry
says it's pretty great.
But
So, yeah.
turkey
It is supposedly. I've never actually had it.
with cranberry sauce. Ooh, boy, that's nice.
A good
Or turkey
brine.
with some gravy.
Yeah, like you need
Mashed
to.
potato.
You definitely need to brine turkey because it is so easy to dry out. So people are like, "Oh, I hate turkey," is because you've always had it made poorly. if you brine it, and especially if you smoke it, and it stays juicy, as good as it gets.
I love turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey's nice. Like, we have places that do really good sandwiches with all those sorts of meats, and man, I've had like turkey with gravy, applesauce, and mashed potato, and I've done the same with pork as well in a toasted Turkish bread sandwich. Oh my god, amazing!
I agree.
Amazing.
I also never ended the poll from earlier. What is the most anticipated game for 2025 from Xbox Game Studios? It is Fable, Avowed, Doom of the Dark Ages, and South of Midnight in that order.
Well, fair enough.
Congratulations, Fable. Can't wait to review it.
I voted South of Midnight there.
I can't
looking
wait to
forward
review
to it.
all four. Actually, I am going to review 3 of them. John, you can have Fable.
Oh, I'm gonna Fable and South of Midnight.
No,
and
you're going to
Avowed.
do Replaced
Doom.
and all your other little ID at Xbox games. I'm going to let you have.
Oh yeah, stuffing as well. Trav loves stuffing.
Yeah,
No one here likes stuffing.
Our grandfather's French Canadian, and he made pork stuffing, which was like a mashed potato-y, porky stuff. Like, holy shit, was
I
that
love stuffing.
amazing! It wasn't a bread stuffing, but yeah.
So whenever we get stuff that involves stuffing, like whether we order a chicken and they put the stuffing in it or whatever, when there's stuffing, everyone just knows to offload it to me because I'm the only person in my family on either side, my wife's side or my side. I'm the only person that eats it. I'll just eat it raw.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love
And
a bit of stuffing.
I'll have it the next day in a toasted sandwich. I'll just spread it in bread and have it in a toasted sandwich. I love stuffing. Love it.
My wife loves
P.S. after
sweet
Thanksgiving-
potatoes. I hate them. Not for me.
I like sweet potatoes as well.
Not
Sweet
a
potatoes are
fan.
nice. Grilled, a burger joint we have here, a burger joint chain. They do sweet potato chips, like fries. Oh, so good. P.S. After Thanksgiving, here comes Black Friday and Christmas shopping. So good luck to you all. Yeah, I bought these. Black Friday deal.
Our kids are old, so we don't buy them anything anymore. It's great. No more Black Friday or Christmas or birthday shopping because their birthdays
These are normally
both the same time in a week.
These are
Boo.
normally 400 Australian,
Only.
280 on Amazon. So I was like, that's a good deal. So I got them. Good old Collingwood. Hello, John and Nick, and happy Thanksgiving, Jesse.
Sorry,
Subject
Indians.
is Secret Level TV series.
Oh. The Concord Show. Yeah.
As you know, Secret Levels is an animated TV series from Amazon focusing on single stories from various gaming universes. And just like the Game Awards, Lego Horizon and Sony money-hatted games, Xbox doesn't feature. Does the Outer Worlds episode count?
Yes.
If you are XP's Tim Miller and Dave Wilson, what Xbox properties would you feature? Their proviso is that the property you select cannot have an existing or upcoming commercial or media presence, so no Halo, Gears, or Grounded. Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark as a show or a... Fuck, you're muted.
Doom.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah,
Doom.
Doom.
Perfect Dark.
I think
But Perfect Dark. Oh,
Perfect
would
Dark
make a
works,
great
but
show
Doom
or
is an
movie.
actual bigger IP. I think they might be a little more interested in.
And honestly, considering the art style, like a South of Midnight themed thing would look great in that. You know, as a. But then you were kind of getting
I
that with the
think it
game,
could
so
do-
maybe not.
I think it could do well. Like, True Blood was a vampire show set in the South, and that was... I loved that show. So if they did another show in a similar vein that's about mythical creatures and shit in the South, I reckon that could be fucking great too.
Mhm.
South of Midnight. And even the name itself sounds fantastic for a TV series. South of Midnight. I reckon it's a great name. Could be good. But for my vote goes to Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. Perfect Dark sounds awesome to do.
Oh, could you imagine? Like
Yeah,
each
I
week,
could.
like a spy
could
mission or
imagine.
a fucking espionage. Oh my god.
So cool.
It's so
I have
good.
asked Amazon if I remember how to type English for early access to review. They did give it to me to Yakuza, but I couldn't get through episode 2, so I gave up. Would
Trying to think of
love
what
to
others.
review this one. Thanks.
Because Perfect Dark feels like a safe, obvious choice.
Yeah.
Doom.
I'm trying to think of something
Go
else.
full X-rated Doom. Just endless gore. Super high fidelity.
Don't you mean R-rated?
No, X. I want to see dicks being ripped off and balls splitting in half. X-rated doesn't mean sex.
That
It
would
just
still be
means
R.
no. That would be X. Like if you go NC-17, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, because X is strictly related to
Demons might want to bang.
But we don't see that in the games. Why would we see it in the show?
Because it's a show and not the games. You got to differentiate them. We got one more question from the lovely CJAD93.
Halo says otherwise.
You saw I saw your butt cheeks. They're pretty nice.
That was the best part of the show. Okay. Divan.
Oh.
Wait, Divan?
What?
Oh, no, it's two questions. So there's Divan. First, there's Divan Greedy. As much as I like
Where?
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
If I'm going to help
it is
you,
a map game.
hold on.
It's in the form.
What?
It's in the form.
It's in the form.
Oh, I missed the form question.
Yeah, Divan Greedy.
Well, no, I got to get
Divan
this for
Greedy.
Nick. It'll make him happier later. Divan.
Just makes
there
it
is.
easier for me later.
And it makes you happier when it's easier because you're lazy. Here you go. Divan Greedy, go.
As much as I like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it is a map game with literally tower-based system that
Yes.
apparently everyone hates it. So what is with all of the praise and Game of the Year nominations? Platform X. Are we supposed to only hate it when Ubisoft is doing it,
Yeah.
or what?
I will.
Yeah.
I'll die on this hill, especially because I'm a little tipsy. Ubisoft might be a horrible company. All those things true. The way they treat people, their games have been unfairly judged for a long time.
Yep.
You can even look at something like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is an Ubisoft checklist game that does a very
Yes.
smart job of hiding the checklist. And people pretend it doesn't have that, but it does.
Yep.
It has the Ubisoft checklist. The Ubisoft checklist, open world games, are generally really good. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora should be in the upper 80s on OpenCritic and Metacritic.
Prince of Persia is Game of the Year.
Yeah, and that was one of the few because it was a different genre. It wasn't an open world map game. It did actually get into the upper 80s, but even then, it should have been in the friggin' low. That should have been in the 90s. But like those,
Yep.
that company cannot get
Yeah.
there. If that had been
If
a
there's
Square
one
game, it would
company-
have been 95.
Yeah, if there's one company that's even more of an industry punching bag than Microsoft, it's Ubisoft.
There's no one close. Yeah, Ubisoft is the most shit on company, and they have earned it.
Yep.
With how crappy they are to their employees and all those things. But people
But
then
they're all crappy
no,
to their employees.
No, people just go too far, being upset about the being shitty to their employees in the open, and they take all that and they. Man, I'm doing full on Italian. I'm got Sicilian in me, so I'm doing the finger thing. People very much, and it's annoying because like we've jumped into Gamergate 2.0 a bit, and so people will very much want to make it clear that they hate Ubisoft. And so they'll go against all their games all the time. And then you end up roundabout away agreeing with the shitty people who just go after Ubisoft because they're too woke. And the main problem with Ubisoft has just been, and it's not that they do the same game over and over again. They really don't. They do not do the tower map clearing game the way people pretend they do. They haven't done that since the mid 2010s. They have put out amazing games nonstop. It's why people are going back to Syndicate now and being like, holy shit, this is amazing.
60
Why didn't I
frames.
try this before? You didn't try it before because you listened to a bunch of people tell you it was shit, and they were full of shit. They were just angry people who wanted to say everything they do sucks. Like, yeah, Ubisoft's done a lot of bad things, and they've had a lot of bad games in various ways, but their main big shit has mostly been great. Like, Star Wars Outlaws is really good. Avatar
I'm really
Frontier,
enjoying it so far.
Avatar Frontiers of
right.
Pandora was
Prince of Persia.
fantastic. Prince of Persia is one of the top games of the year. Like, people want to
Immortals,
constantly shit.
Fantastic.
And then
I loved
Immortals,
it. I finished Immortals. as
Immortals
well.
doesn't get a sequel. Why? Because people just shit on the company so goddamn much, and it sucks. They have
And the funny thing
20,000
is-
employees who do really good work, and their executives sucking just leads to people in the industry shitting on them endlessly, essentially agreeing with the grifters and shitheads who go after the company for not being closed-minded about talking about societal issues. It all sucks. Pisses me off. I'll stop talking.
And Ubisoft in a way deserves your double dipping because they give you cross save with a lot of their games.
Everything new.
So you have reason to double dip because you could just pick up where you left off on one platform. You can just stop on one platform and pick up where you left off on another. It's fantastic.
You know what I would say, Nick? As Travis, my brother, says, Immortals Phoenix Rising is a game I would play over Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom every time. Every time, without hesitation.
Over Tears of the Kingdom, yes.
Yeah.
Over Breath of the Wild, I'm not sure.
Well, okay, if you only... So Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are essentially the same game, but in different ways. So over those... That game. So you had Breath of the Wild, and then you had its remake sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, which fixed some things that were crazy to fix, because, you know, it was a 97 Open Critic. How can you fix things in a game so amazing? But yes, no, I really loved Immortals Phoenix Rising. I can't wait for Splinter Cell. Like, people are like, oh, I hope they don't ruin it. It's like, they don't ruin anything. They haven't ruined anything. They've made a bunch of really
Assassin's
good
Creed
games.
Syndicate's on sale.
It's a great game. You probably have it from Xbox Live Games with Gold. It was in there years ago.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I highly
buy to
recommend
own.
Syndicate.
$15 Australia
Phenomenal game. Like, especially play
for
as
Assassin's Creed
Play as
Syndicate.
Evie a lot. I liked her more than Jacob. Jacob's good. Evie's great. Like, I really liked Evie. She was a really cool character.
It's on Game Pass.
And it's a great game. I don't think it's on Game Pass.
Syndicate. I'm looking at it. I'm on the Xbox page right now, and it says install 2 included with Game Pass.
Weird.
Did I just accidentally leak something that Microsoft has leaked on their website that
So-
wasn't supposed to be known?
It might be because you
Ubisoft
own it.
Plus.
Do you,
I don't own it.
If it's via
Game-
Ubisoft
Games
Plus,
with
maybe
Gold.
that's why.
Well, games with gold too.
Ubisoft Plus, though.
You have Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah, man,
It's
I'll
18
share my
bucks a month.
fucking screen.
Well,
I'll share my screen.
So I own this, so I can't tell.
I'll show you. I'll share my screen.
You can't share your screen. It's going to break our everything in here.
It's not that important. I believe you.
It is.
Share it on Twitter.
Super-
The only Assassin's Creed games that are in Game Pass are Origins and I think Odyssey.
Now, you guys can see in the lobby. Look. Install 2 included with Game Pass. It's there on the left. Is it showing it?
It's probably because it's on sale and the Game Pass is required for the sale, but I don't know. Also,
I don't know.
games with gold, you have to still have Game Pass Core. So you have Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you Game Pass Core, which gives you your games with gold. That would be my guess.
I'm just reading it out off the website as it shows it to
Yeah,
me. It says buy to own.
As Abdul
Or-
says, they labeled all Xbox Live Gold titles as Game Pass now because they're Game Pass Core.
Maybe that makes sense.
Yeah, the
That would make sense.
as a nerd who's been doing the everything that goes live in Game Pass every month thing, the only ones have been Origins and Odyssey. And Valhalla. Those are the three.
You know what? Screw the haters. I'm going to buy Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Fuck
for
yes, that is a
15
good
Australian
game.
dollars.
Is that the Ultimate Edition? Because the
No,
DLC is really
the Ultimate
good.
Edition is still expensive.
Oh, shit. The Ultimate Edition's got Jack the Ripper, which John's area is only famous for murdering and brutalizing women, like always.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
$15.
Highly recommend
Assassin's Creed
Assassin's Creed
Syndicate.
Syndicate. It's a really
Bang.
good game.
Bought.
Nick, you're going to grapple hook up to the roof on places. It's going to feel amazing.
I'm not going to play it.
I mean, I knew that when I
I'm just
said
buying
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just buying
I
it.
know.
Last question.
Last question.
Abdul, it is 1,000,000%
Where are
worth playing when you have a lot of free time, because otherwise there's just way too many new games.
CJAD 93. We're pretty much ending right on one.
Welcome, John.
CJAD 93. Hey, gents. Currently on a break away to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
I've taken my Amazon Fire Stick with me on the trip. And you know what? I can confirm it too is the next box. Hope you all have a great weekend. I know it's not Edinburgh for
I know.
anyone who's going to
Yeah.
jump in and go, Edinburgh. I know it's not. I know it's not.
Really
Edinburgh.
doesn't read like Edinburgh.
People start freaking out. All the Scottish
Gordon
people like,
Ramsay just comes in and hits you with the bread. What are you?
What is it,
Are
though,
you
Nick?
some kind of animal?
We're just checking. What is it? If it's
What?
not Edinburgh, what is it?
Isn't it Edinburgh?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Somehow. I don't know
Borough.
how.
Edinburgh.
Yeah. Don't ask me how. But obviously,
Isn't Borough B-O-R-O-U-G-H?
Yes,
but then you start fighting with the English versus the Scottish, and then you have English versus Irish, like St. Patrick versus St.
I always used to
Patrick.
call it Edinburgh.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
I
Edinburgh.
never used to call it Edinburgh. I used to call it
If
Edinburgh.
you say it really quick, Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Mm.
You get into
There you
UK
go.
politics.
I
it's
learned
rough.
something today.
There you go.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
the end
it.
of the show.
3 hours. Lucas!
That's a good one.
End of a show.
Delighted.
Should I be-
Congratulations to everybody.
Should I be drunk on all of these? I dropped my drink.
No, probably not. Big thank you to everyone in the chat that came and hung out today and had some fun. Hopefully you did. Be sure to hit that like button before you close your YouTube application and or browser window because we need it for the algorithm. But also, if you really love what we do, head to patreon.com/Xbox
Like it.
and sign up because you know we need you. We need you people. We'll be back on Tuesday for headlines and Thursday.
Maybe.
And next week you can look forward to a little review from me. And
I have a
some other stuff,
non-review
probably.
on Monday. Don't tell
Your
anyone I
work-
said
yeah,
the
you've got a
day.
non-review. I
haven't-
think you've got another thing from Ursel on a thing that we mentioned earlier in the show that we probably can't talk
The
about
thing
yet.
about the thing with the thing.
Yeah, with the thing.
I have no idea what Ursula would be doing.
We would. I will message you, but you're drunk. You might say it out loud. So maybe
No,
we'll do that
funny
later.
enough, you give me 5 minutes, I'm going to be completely sober. It's annoying how good my metabolism is. I have to drink
Sorry,
nonstop to feel anything.
I need to apologize before we go to
Oh, yeah.
Drew Bus. I need to apologize for Drew Bus
Fuck
for
Drew.
console
I love
warring
Drew Bus.
too much. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. I just hate PlayStation.
Yeah,
So
and Nintendo.
we are an Xbox podcast.
You know, you bought it. You were going to smash it on air.
Yeah.
Do we want to tease that people can potentially buy a certain thing we released in the past at some point, maybe in the future if we end up doing it? There's still some behind you over there.
I could tease it. I could tease that.
So we're
yeah.
working on, we have no idea if it's ever going to happen. But we are hoping if you were not able to buy this book, the Xbox Era 20th anniversary one, we're really working hard to make it so it could be a thing you could maybe buy. We'll see.
I can actually just burst that bubble now.
Oh, you did?
It will be. It will be
Yeah,
a thing
boy, pay me.
Really?
that you'll be able to buy it
Yeah.
at retail. And a little bit, it'll look different because we want to keep this version exclusive for the people that backed us to
Yeah.
Kickstarter. There are a few copies left that you can still get. from here.
XboxEra.com/store.
But we will be working and it will be coming to retail, which we're delighted about.
Through Amazon?
We'll see.
TBD.
It's
I'll
an
come up.
actual
I'll provide
publisher
more
and-
details.
yeah.
This is breaking
Yeah,
news,
actual
more or less.
potentially publishing. We have to figure out exactly how and where.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But yeah, and
But
that would
it's-
also
yeah.
potentially, maybe, who knows? We'll see. We'll think about an Xbox 360 book. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe this thing's already been discussed on that front.
Hmm.
I will also say that I saw just before I
Console
go
Wars.
to bed
It
for
looks
the
so
evening,
good. It looks really fucking good, John.
like the
The
footage
foil?
is kind of rough, but the
Oh.
foil. So Console Wars, the card game, the final version that backers will get looks unbelievable in terms of like I've played a lot of card games. I don't know if there's many board gamers watching right now, but I know
It kills
good
it.
quality card
Yeah.
games and bad quality card
Yep.
games, and this one
So-
is we've gone above. and
As a
beyond. It
father with
looks
a bunch of nerds who
ridiculous.
play Magic the Gathering, not far off, if not right there with it.
I'm
It
looking
looks
forward to
good.
having one I can keep sealed and one I can use.
yeah,
not far off.
Because my kids are into card games now
Yeah.
as they're
Yep.
getting older. So, yeah.
and
That is a big hope, Abdul. I am actually gonna. I've been thinking of downloading Unreal and looking into it to see what I can do.
I've tried fooling around with it, man. It's
Yeah,
hard.
but I'm good at it.
Like, that's true. You are.
I
you're a
am
bigger nerd
literally.
than I ever will
I
be.
right. Oh God, it's right here. In the inside is my college degree for programming. I have one. I've never used it, but I have one. I could
I
look
started
into
doing
making one.
programming at uni.
Yeah.
C++, SQL.
I was certified for C++ for the last 2 years. Never used it because I was doing this dumb
When
shit.
I was 16 or 17, I made a game in Visual Basic
It's
C++.
a lot better, TornRaptor. It's crazy good.
It was a Men in Black game.
Mm.
Like a point and click shooting game.
Mm.
So like
Nice.
the monsters
Like,
from so I took
Snatcher
sprites. I took sprites out of Duke Nukem and put them in the game, and then put WAV files from Men in Black. So at the end of each stage, you'd hear like Will Smith saying some line from Men in Black, and then monsters would appear, and you got to click on them and shoot them.
Brilliant.
I'm not that far off that, Abdul, so it wouldn't really change much.
TornRaptor, how much better than what you saw at Gamescom? 300% better.
It's
I'm
crazy.
talking like we've got
Yeah.
the poker varnish on there, so it's got this kind of like crosshatch effect on the playing cards, and they just slide the holographic cards. Because even though the stretch goals weren't reached, we've gone and done some holographic cards for the
we're
backers.
simps. We love you guys too much.
And we've also added the spot foil UV on the standard edition, and we've added the hot foil on the console warrior edition. So we've just gone all out because we can. And fuck it, we will be bringing Console Wars the card game to retail, to Amazon, worldwide in 2025.
I didn't even know that.
God,
Get fucking hyped.
can I pay my bills finally? Thanks to this show.
Honestly,
Can I quit my job?
No,
I
maybe.
Why?
I don't know.
believe in
This
this
is the first
card
me
game.
finding out.
and I believe that it's
Oh,
going to do
good.
well.
So it's not just me that didn't know.
No. This is like,
I missed the meeting this week.
look, it's something that we're going to make happen. We'll be at UK Games Expo. We're going to be entering it into the competition for new card games to win awards. We're going to be making a big noise. We're going to be running a very, very large review program with video game websites and board game enthusiast websites and YouTube content creators in February, March time. And then we're gonna make sure that backers have got their copies. You guys will the kickstarted card that we did is never going to come anywhere else again. And you guys will get your versions, but then we are going to bring the game to retail. So
Woo!
hype. Last thing on it, 89% of backers have filled in their surveys, have ticked the boxes and given me their address so that I can ship the game to them. There are still like 90 odd people outstanding that have not done that. The minute that I am about to start shipping them, I close the Kickstarter. So you won't be able to change your address anymore. You won't be able to do anything anymore. And you won't be able to back it anymore. So if you want to get in there now before it goes to retail and you can't get the Kickstarted card anymore, you can still back it today for the same price plus shipping. So have at it. We're not selling it for
That
more in
means
retail. Go
we
do it.
have more exclusives than Xbox does.
That's true. It's exclusive.
Hey.
And hey, if you're coming to UK Games Expo, maybe you'll be able to get a different exclusive card only at that event.
Ooh.
Tease. Anyway, I'm super hype about it, and it is going to be
Me
crazy
too. I want
year
to
for
quit
us
my
next year.
job.
Don't we all? Do you want to give you some quick maths?
Ooh, yes, please.
Okay.
Quick maths. Herd Mentality. Go look it up on Amazon. Herd Mentality. It's a game. I've played it. It's okay.
Mhm.
I would describe it as kind of boring after the first few times.
Wow.
Sorry, Big Potato Games.
Jesus
It's just
Christ.
my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's sold 1 million copies across the world. 1 million copies.
You promised Nick 1 million copies and he'd be able to quit his job working for the local Australian kangaroo wranglers.
And on that note,
I wanted to scare him to think I said what it actually was, which is working for the Men in Black in Australia. Shit.
Yeah.
Ending the show. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, ciao for now. Much love to you all.
Ciao
Be good.
for
Play
now.
video games. And yes, it will be on podcast tomorrow, Spotify, all of that.
No, it won't. Be on Monday.
Yes, it will.
Bye.
No, it'll be tomorrow. Bye.
I'm gonna fight 'em off. I said it's cold. Ooh, in here, try to trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it. You'll ask yourself, where is my mind? 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 In the water, sea swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock. Except the little fish bumped into me. Swear he's trying to talk to me. Say wait, wait. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, sea swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding can spin it, yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is? Way out in the water, see it swimming. With your feet on the air and your head on the ground, try this trick and spin it, yeah. Load up on Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on her streets cause she's my companion. I walk through her hills cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me windy. Well, I never worry, now that is a lie. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe that there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love, the city she loves me, lonely as I am. Together we cry. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Love me, I say yeah, yeah. One time. One time. Bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. The bridge downtown, I could not get enough. Under the bridge downtown, forgot about my love. The bridge downtown, I gave my life away, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh wait, oh no, I said yeah, yeah. Oh wait, where I stay. Words never say what you mean. All I hear is a scream. Never say that to me. Never say that to me. Wait, wipe that shit off your face. Let's not stop till we bleed. The more you spit out your mouth, the less I believe. Denial seems it had to come. Relied on me to say it all. Denial has left you all alone. How can all that shit that you said ever make any sense? Where did you run to, bitch? While I was holding my breath, what's sacred faded into nothing. Never put that on me, never put that on me. Denial seems it had to come. Relied on me to say it all. Denial has left you all alone, alone. How can all that shit that you said ever make any sense? Where did you run to, Denial seems it had to come. Relied on me to say it all. Denial has left you all alone. Denial seems it had to come. Rely on me to say it all. Denial has left you all alone. Yeah. Holy diver, we've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? Ride the tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Gotta get away. Holy diver, yeah. Got shiny diamonds like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. Something is coming for you. Look out! Race for the morning. You can hide in the sun till you see